Oh, we're not live. Okay. Well, are we live or
Wait.
not? Are
Is
we
it
live
working
or
or
not? I
is
got
it
a
not?
thing.
It says we
yeah.
are.
Okay, we're live.
Wait.
I got a thing pop up saying
okay.
we're live. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure. There we go. We are live.
Okay. Right. Cue
Professional
BR
start.
music.
Love it.
Has anyone noticed my funky movement?
What, this weird camera sliding over thing? I hadn't noticed that, no.
And I've just noticed what a terrible hunchback I have. Okay, right, we're going to slide right back into position. Welcome, everyone. We're going to talk about quite a couple of things today.
We certainly are. I'm just, I've made some notes. I'm just positioning my notes on my screen in such a way that I can, no, not that. Notes. I want to do that. Professional as ever. I should have prepared this earlier. There we go. I want to be able to see the notes.
Michael, I sent you the discussion points at 3 o'clock.
Yes, you did, but I made notes on those discussion points. Yes. Right, get rid of that.
Yes, guys, I go to school, and that's unfortunately why there haven't been any uploads recently. By the way, can everyone hear me well? I've just asked Michael if the volume's fine.
Right, we lost you. We lost you for a second there.
Oh dear.
Yeah, how's the volume sounding, people of the internet?
People of the internet. Hello,
people of the internet. Yeah, volume fine. They're all saying good, good. That's good to hear.
Michael, are you ready?
I think so. Wait, yeah. Do you want to jump straight into it?
Plugging my headphones in so that people don't hear feedback.
Good idea. Shall we jump straight into the news, or shall we natter about random shenanigans whilst we let people join the stream? Because YouTube is weird.
Yeah,
YouTube annoys me. Idea. Because a stream will start
and we have 20 viewers right now.
Yeah, but why does YouTube do that? Like, a stream starts and then they don't send me a notification until like 5 minutes afterwards. Sometimes even like half an hour. Like, no, send me a notification when the stream starts.
It is weird. It is really weird.
Oh, hold on. A question addressed to me. What is your opinion of the TransPennine route upgrade? Good. Do the TransPennine route upgrade. Do more things like the TransPennine route upgrade. It's. I'd encourage you to watch Rail Focus. He's made some absolutely brilliant videos about it and explaining what's going on there. It's a good scheme. We need more of them. The only thing I'd say negatively towards the TransPennine route upgrade is not actually about the TransPennine route upgrade itself. It's more that it should ideally be being complemented by Northern Powerhouse Rail, HS3, whatever you want to call it, new high-speed line across the Pennines, whereas the government seems to be using the excuse of saying, okay, we're doing the TransPennine route upgrade, therefore we don't need a high-speed line as well, when ideally you need both. But other than that, yeah, it's a brilliant project and should have happened like 30 years ago, frankly.
I'm going to throw this out here. I have absolutely no idea what it is.
Oh, okay. Little ticker screen at the bottom. It's like on BBC News.
Yeah,
they have
little ticker screen. So to anyone who's joining, and we now have 26 people, we're going to wait until we have, what, 40?
I think
40 is a good.
Yeah.
I also
maybe 30, maybe 30, 35-ish. We'll see. Yeah. We'll give it a couple more minutes.
A super chat goal. How many super chats are we projecting? 10 or 15? Probably 10, right?
Yeah, let's not be greedy. No, that sounds bad. We say we put 10 as a target. You're not obliged, people of the internet. You're not obliged to, but you know, we are of course grateful if you do. But we won't get angry if we don't hit the target.
I've just started a goal: 10 super chats for 3 hours. That's the timer. We're not on here for that long, just in case. And it says here that we'll shout you out and answer a question. In fact, yeah, a question. So there's the goal. The goal's ready. And we currently have 19 people. Wow, some people are not interested.
I'm just looking at the chat. There's a few more questions coming through. Not necessarily questions, but like this one, for example, Northumberland line passengers hit 200.
Yeah, I've seen that.
That's good.
Oh, where?
I mean, that's 5 times
good.
higher than was projected. 5
It
times
is
higher.
incredible, isn't
Just
it?
let that sink in for a second. 5 times higher than was projected. And from what I can tell, pretty much every railway that's opened in the last, like, I don't know, 5-10 years, maybe more, has doubled or tripled or more the number of people that were projected to use it, which is great. But I think it shows that actually we are pretty consistently underestimating the demand for these things. And that makes me wonder how many railways out there that should have been built didn't get built because, you know, they underestimated how many people would ride it. So they said, okay, it'll get X many people riding it. That's not enough to justify the expense. But then actually, if they had built it, it would have got a lot more than that. East-West Rail electrified. That's another brilliant, like, it should be electrified. It's just government cost cutting. But what I will say is that actually, if you look at the latest plans from East-West Rail, they're talking about doing discontinuous electrification, which is basically where they electrify most of it. But then if there's a bridge or a tunnel, they just don't electrify that bit because
that's interesting. How's that going to work?
Battery trains, basically. So it'll be electric trains for most of it, and then it'll get to a bit that they haven't electrified. They drop the pantograph, it runs on battery power for a bit, and then they raise the pantograph a bit. It's a good idea. It just means that you need batteries which add extra weight and extra complication, which is just it's just not ideal, really. And also it doesn't really work for freight. From what I heard, there's like battery freight trains aren't really a thing, but other than that, it's a good thing.
Good point. Thank you, Trains, for your donation. And
yes,
before
indeed.
I forget, HTML reader said, "Here's a couple pence, Riku. Thanks."
That's
for
more
the
than
donation.
a couple. That's
more than a couple.
76. Is that the maths? Wait, no, that's not the math. I can't do the maths. It's more than my brain is so fried. 79, 78,
right, Michael,
76. Yeah, it is 76. Wait, no. I forgot 77. Don't ask me maths questions, people. I'm just embarrassing myself. That's the last time I tried to do maths live on the internet.
We're not going to see much of that in the future. Right, Michael, listen, on to the main question.
Yes.
Right. We're now going to talk, and I'm setting the mood. We're now going to talk a little bit about this little thing that happened in the UK recently. It's called the UK Supreme Court ruling.
Boo.
About
boo. Screw you,
about
Supreme Court.
Gender and sex. And now I'm wondering, can I play the video here from the ruling? Is that possible? Is it possible? Is it? I'm going to see.
We'll find out soon enough.
While I figure that out, explain to everyone what happened, please. Just what it means.
Okay, so in short, there was a Supreme Court sort of decision about what the specific wording of the law means in relation to the Equality Act of 2010, which I have to say, on the whole, the Equality Act of 2010 is a very good piece of legislation that gives a lot of people the rights that, frankly, we take for granted today. And we shouldn't take them for granted. No one should ever have to take rights for granted. They are pretty basic fundamental rights. But anyway, they've had this Supreme Court ruling in which they've said, oh, well, technically, if you look at the wording of this specific bit that's about women, and they've determined that that only applies to cisgender women, which is not how the frustrating thing is, that's not how it was meant to be interpreted. The civil servants who originally worked on writing it have since come out and said, when we were writing this, it was our intention that if you have a gender recognition certificate, which is a certificate that you can get if you are transgender and you have transitioned, that says I am now my gender, that you would be entitled to all the same rights and treatment from the government as a cisgendered person. But this ruling, they've now determined that actually that's not the case, and it's not good, basically. And we'll discuss why in a little bit. But I think since you've got this video working, we'll try watching this video.
Now, the UK Supreme Court has ruled that the legal definition of a woman is based on biological sex. The landmark decision comes after a long-running legal battle between the Scottish Government and women's rights campaigners. The ruling could affect whether trans people are allowed in some female-only spaces. Well, in announcing the decision, the Deputy President of the Supreme Court, Lord Hodge, acknowledged the sensitivity of the debate.
The court is well aware of the strength of feeling on all sides which lies behind this appeal. On the one hand, women, who make up 1/2 of our population, have campaigned for over 150 years to have equality with men and to combat discrimination based on their sex. That work still continues. On the other hand, a vulnerable and often harassed minority, the trans community, struggle against discrimination and prejudice as they seek to live their lives with dignity. Lesbian women who have historically suffered marginalization because of their sexual orientation have entered the debate. It is not the task of this court to make policy on how the interests of these groups should be protected. Our role is to ascertain the meaning of the legislation which Parliament has enacted to that end. The unanimous decision of this court is that the terms woman and sex in the Equality Act 2010 refer to a biological woman and biological sex.
Yeah. Brilliant. So on the one hand, people were, on Blue Sky, on Twitter, going, oh, shh, oh. And on the other hand, you have people opening bottles of champagne and just crying out in happiness. So you have two, right, what he said is there are two different things to consider here. And it is so interesting that the court didn't really take into consideration how difficult it is to find an equilibrium where both groups can get what they need. So what's the solution, right? So we have this decision which was made. Now, because of the fact that this decision was made, this is going to open up the conversation about, right, we now need to provide a third space. Because I arrived back into the UK, I was in Poland on holiday. I immediately got out my radar key. I'm like, okay, time to use the accessible toilet. I have to use the accessible toilet. That's it. This is law. Okay? But you can't send 300,000 plus people in the UK to the accessible toilet. That's just not viable. It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
So basically the solution now is, right, are we going to make a third space? But you do realize that's prisons, that's hospital wards, which that's important, toilets and changing facilities and sports as well. And this not only affects adults, but children as well. Right? So it all depends on the mindset of your school. If you're underage and watching this, I really do hope, if you are a part of the community, that your school is accepting and that they will support you, even though this ruling was made, because it's now all based on the mindset of your school, whether or not changes will be made in terms of which facilities, single-sex facilities, you can use.
And
thankfully, my school's great.
Yeah, well, it's one of the things.
In fact, I moved to that school for a very specific reason, and that was to finally be accepted.
Yeah, and it's frankly absurd that that's a decision that people have to make, that they have to change schools or just live their life differently because some places are more accepting than others. I mean, that's insane world that we live in, that's a reality. And there's I'm trying to see if I can find the quote now, but I was reading an article about this earlier, but it basically says that what this legislation means, or this interpretation of the legislation, is that I'm trying to find the quote now. Bear with me.
Could
I
you just
can't find
clarify
it.
what you mean by this, please?
Yeah, so what I'm okay, I can't find the quote, but basically it's this new interpretation of the legislation. It doesn't mean that everywhere has to single out based on sex rather than gender. It's just saying you can now do that, but like equally you can also not do that. It's not saying, okay, from now on trans people just don't exist. It's saying like no, but you can individual institutions can interpret it how they want. Now that's still a step backwards, but it's possibly not quite as big of a step backwards as some people like to say it is. But frankly, any step backwards is a step backwards that we really need to protest and resist at every opportunity, because we need to be stepping forwards, not backwards.
It was shocking, and I was so happy to see the number of protests they managed to organize. What was it, 2-3 days after the ruling? It was insane. I was like, thank you. Well done to everyone who organized that, for doing it so quickly, getting the permission to do the protest. It was all across the UK, and I really do regret that I wasn't in the UK to be able to go there, because it happened while I was still in Poland, and I was just like, yes, make your voice heard. Use this ruling as leverage to finally get a third space. But this is the problem. The fact that we have to now have a third space is good for people like myself, for non-binary, gender diverse people, right? But all those trans people, that's trans men and trans women, they're now being othered. This is othering them. This is saying to them, you are different. We're now going to have to put you somewhere else, because you're not like everyone else. You are different. All the work you've put in, all those years of transitioning, we don't care. Right? And this is the thing. I'm not sure, are there any actual reports of sexual assaults inside bathrooms? I understand that it's about people's dignity and privacy, and that people want to feel comfortable in the bathrooms. But is there any actual proof that something's happened?
I think from what I've heard, the majority of instances of assaults in bathrooms and things like that is not trans people. It's just men just going in there. It's not like there's a bodyguard, not a bodyguard, but like a bouncer, a security guard standing on the door and saying, we're not going to let you in. Ultimately, if a man wants to go and assault someone, which is horrible to even consider, but there are people out there, if that's a thing, then nobody's stopping him just walking into the bathroom. You wouldn't go through years of transition and taking hormones and going to the doctors and doing all this like massive rigmarole that trans people have to go through just to then assault someone. And likewise, you wouldn't do that just to get a competitive advantage in sports. That's just not a thing that anyone is doing. It's just not. In fact, if anything,
sports is a little bit of a difficult subject, which I won't share my thoughts on, but it is a difficult subject.
It is a tricky one, but
someone's commented this.
Yes.
Someone's commented this. Has the court clarified this? I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, that the Equality Act, right, included trans women with a GRC previously.
I think, yeah, definitely the Equality Act, and I'm pretty sure the Equality Act still takes like I'm trying to think of my wording here. Like being trans is still a protected characteristic under the Equality Act. I believe I'm right in saying. But this is one of the things, is that it's all so confused now. Nobody quite, like, there's still a lot of people who are unsure of this interpretation. And so, you know,
it is really difficult. It's really confusing.
The Prime Minister has said, oh, you know, I welcome this judgment because it provides clarity. It's done the opposite of that. There's you know, there are people now scared to leave their homes because they're not sure how they're going to be treated in public. You know, they're not sure if they're going to be breaking the law for using the toilet, which is, I mean, this just, you know.
Have you seen this row between the Tory leader and Sir Keir Starmer? Have you seen this?
I think I have, because you sent it to me.
Does the Prime Minister now accept that when he said that it was the law that trans women were women, he was wrong?
Well, Mr. Speaker, let me be clear. I welcome the Supreme Court ruling on this issue. It brings clarity and it will give confidence to women and, of course, to service providers. The Equality and Human Rights Commission will now issue updated guidance, and it's important that that happens and that all service providers then act accordingly. This government's approach and my approach has been as follows: to support and implement the Supreme Court ruling, and we will; to continue to protect single-sex spaces based on biological sex, and we will; but also to ensure that trans people are treated with respect, and we will; and to ensure that everybody is given dignity in
They're all saying hear, hear, but look what's about to go down.
their everyday lives. I do think this is the time now to lower the temperature, to move forward, and to conduct this debate with the care and compassion that it deserves. And I think that should unite the whole House.
Mr. Speaker, he can't bring himself to admit that he was wrong. That was the question. But he spoke about respect and dignity and compassion and lowering the temperature. So will he now apologise to the member for Canterbury, the very brave member for Canterbury, for hounding her out of the Labour Party simply for telling the truth?
Mr. Speaker, I've always approached this on the basis that we should treat everyone with dignity and respect, whatever their different views.
This is just so disappointing to see. It is really disappointing to see.
It's like a race to the bottom, isn't it?
Yeah, and I don't understand what Mr. Starmer's intentions are here. So his opinion's changing. And it was really disappointing that for quite a long time he wasn't able to answer a very simple question, right? Because there's a certain way of answering the question, and the question was, you know what the question was? The question was, can a woman have a penis, right? And what did he say? Well. And didn't really get to the point what the answer should be and what a politician should respond with to be able to you know, give the best opinion to the public is this. Yes, a trans woman can have a penis, and that's just the simplest answer. And he couldn't answer that question. Why? For us. Just he could have just done it for us, right? To stop this debate, because it was a debate. And the debates have only continued, although now there are more discussions about how do we move ahead. But this is literally topping headlines. We have been topping headlines, and we're a minority, and that's stupid.
It's like less than 0.5% of the population, or something like that. And
it is.
It's just such a huge discussion point. And honestly, this is maybe a bit of a hot take, but I think it's a distraction tactic that, like, people
Probably
are using to say,
it 100%
is. Let's stoke up this division and culture war over less than 0.5% of the population, or less than 1%, or whatever it is, whilst something like 13% of the population are living in food poverty. That's a much bigger issue, folks. Like, a much, much bigger issue. And we're being distracted from that because we're having the very discussion we're having now, which, yeah.
Right. How are we going to deal with this comment?
I wouldn't say trans rights do override women's rights.
Okay, this is the thing. Not many people actually know a trans person. All we see is people coming on the news, on social media, but how many people actually know a trans person? Like, I know quite a few. I know a few. You know a few. But some people don't. Some people are in such areas where there's not a lack of diversity, but people just don't have the confidence to be able to express their real selves, or you don't actually know that someone is trans because
I was going to say there's a lot of people who do know trans people but might not know that they're trans.
Exactly.
You know, a lot of people have this idea in their head of almost this Little Britain stereotype of like someone who's obviously trans and like, you know, a caricature almost.
Yeah.
But like majority of trans people, that's just not the case. You know, majority.
So look at this comment.
Necessarily know.
When speaking about these kinds of things, please get your terminology right, okay? The Equality Act protected trans people from discrimination at work and in housing. Their rights should not override cis women's rights, okay? I understand. That's what I understand your point being, okay? Just use the correct terminology, please. People get confused about that. And John Smith, we're about to kick you out. I'm sorry. John Smith, this is your second strike. Please get out.
Yeah, the thing I'd just say to that is just do a bit more research, because you'll very quickly learn that, you know, it's not just people cosplaying as the opposite gender, right? That's just not a thing. You can look into it and you can see there's fundamental like hormonal differences within them. Very often, like the brain structure, you can see that like a trans woman will have the same brain structure as a cis woman, and vice versa. As trans man will have the same brain structure, and like that kind of thing. You know, I'm not an expert on all this. I'm frankly the wrong person to be asking, but I've seen enough evidence that I'm convinced. And ultimately as well, you don't know what's going on in someone else's head. You don't know how someone else feels. So if someone, you know, if I turn around and say, I don't want to be known as Michael C, I want to be Mikey C or something, just something like that, you know, it's just a brand change, like a name, you know, I would rather be referred to this way than that way. That's just a basic common thing. You just say, okay, you'd rather be Mikey than Michael. That's fine.
Yeah.
It's just kind of an extension of that. That is someone's identity. You respect their identity because you don't know how they feel inside.
And there's one thing that people really often, there's a big misconception where people say, okay, someone suddenly decides that they want to transition. They don't suddenly realize that they're trans. They know their whole life that they are trans. They are just not in the correct environment to be able to do that. Now, kids, I think at what age do kids understand the meaning of gender? I think it's like 5.
That sounds about right. But it's probably different, like for different people as well.
So in that kind of development, kids actually don't know the meaning of gender for quite a couple of years. And then they understand what this whole social construct, because it is a social construct, means. And then they start to adapt to it based on what box they fall into. But it's not right for everyone. And people know that for a long time, but they don't know that they can do something about it, that they can actually live their true selves. They just don't know. And thank you, Electro Rail. It breaks my heart to see things worsening for our community. Exclusion is far too normalized. I, for one, already avoid using toilets out of pure fear. Electro Rail, get yourself a radar key. They're really cheap. You can get them for like £3 on Amazon, and I'm sure that will improve your experience going to toilets in general.
I've thought of a point actually on that, which is there's this whole thing about, you know, harassment happening in the toilets. I've heard of far more instances of transphobes harassing someone who they think is trans.
Yeah.
A lot of the
Who
time, they're
aren't.
not even trans. They just, and that's the thing. Where, like, this affects cis women as well as trans women, right? You know, anyone who doesn't project traditional ideas of femininity is subject, you know, or is gender non-conforming or whatever, will face harassment as a result of it. You know, I heard of a horrifying case in America, and thankfully we're not quite as bad as America, but I heard of a horrific case of like someone who was like, I think a worker, a Walmart worker or someone like that, was harassed by a customer in the toilet, and she wasn't even trans, but you know, this customer thought she was trans, harassed her in the toilet, and then she got fired. The customer, no repercussions, but the worker who was the victim of harassment,
I heard about that.
I mean, that's just absurd. That is insane.
Anyways, we're getting down to the regular conversation, so we'll just leave the Supreme Court ruling behind. The conclusion is we got to use this as leverage to finally get the gender diverse toilets. It's not great, but we just have to suck it up and get on with it.
The other thing I'd say is if I were the government right now, here's what I do. This is maybe a bit of a hot take.
Michael, you would be great as an MP.
I'm not sure I would, but a lot of people
support you.
a lot of people have said, you know, oh, the government, they should, you know, side with this ruling, or they should oppose the ruling, or blah 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 blah. But I think it's very important to clarify this ruling or whatever. It's not some change in the law or anything like that. It's the Supreme Court saying, okay, based on how we read the law, this is what we've determined it means. Now, as I sort of touched upon earlier, it wasn't meant to mean that. The people that wrote the law, you know, they didn't have that in mind. They had it in their mind that, you know, if you have a gender recognition certificate, it shouldn't matter whether or not you're trans. But anyway, the point is, I'm waffling. The point is that clearly the law is open to misinterpretation because it's just been misinterpreted from what it was originally meant to mean. So what I would do if I were the government, and what I think Keir Starmer should do, is he say, okay, we accept the way, you know, we accept the Supreme Court's judgment. Clearly, the law is worded in such a way that it's open to interpretation. So what we're going to do is we're going to change the law to make it explicitly clear that trans people are welcome. That's my personal hot take. Hello, Godwin.
Hi, Godwin. It's good to see you're here. And you've joined in a really interesting moment because we're going to be taking a 5-minute break right now, and you don't even know about this.
I didn't know about this. This is news to me.
Give me a second. Give me a second. Oh yeah, news. We're going to be talking about news next.
News. We've got news to cut. Don't go anywhere. Don't touch the dial, as radio presenters always say. Don't touch the dial. We'll be back. We'll be back after the break.
Where's the? Wait, no. Where is it? Where
what
is
are you
it?
looking for?
Returning
in 5 minutes. There we go.
In 5 minutes. So we're going to just. Look.
You're just showing off your new spinny camera thing.
I am. Right. See you in a bit. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Okay. Starting now.
Can you hear me? Riku's gone, but if you can hear me, say something in the chat, because I've noticed the viewer count dropping. So I just think if the people listening, I don't know if you can hear me or not, but oh, Riku sent a message. Oh, you can hear me. Okay, people in the chat. Yes, you can hear me. Okay, well, yes, this is just because the viewer count's dropping. I'm just reminding you all that, you know, I exist, and you know, if you've got any questions or whatever things you want to discuss, like briefly, you know, whilst we wait for Riku to get back.
For me to get back, really.
Oh, hold on. Oh no, never mind. Sorry, Riku, I wasn't trying to hijack your stream. Oh, James, it's so loud.
I came out of the dark. Right, I'm gonna let that just play in the background for a second.
It's gone very quiet.
We were as late as the trains in the UK. Okay, right, enough of that. Michael, this is your space now.
Oh no.
This is your space now. This is your moment to plug in your radio show, which is, I think, is absolutely amazing.
Oh goodness. Right.
Oh,
So yes, radio show. I made a few notes here, but basically I know what I'm talking about anyway. So I host a show on Surrey Hills Community Radio called Turntables, and it's every second and fourth Tuesday of each month from 5 till 7. And I, as any radio host does, play music like you'd expect. But then the twist is that in between each of the musical items, I talk about some of the latest railway news, and that could be basically anything that's in the news, or even railway adjacent. So sometimes I talk about roads and airports and that kind of thing. But, you know, in terms of the railways, it could be a new station, it could be a new railway, updates on new open access operators, updates on the Channel Tunnel. That's an interesting one. There's a bunch of companies at the moment competing to run trains through the Channel Tunnel. So I've been speaking about that quite a lot. HS2 is the gift that keeps on giving when it comes to news, usually for the wrong reasons, admittedly, but it is nonetheless an interesting topic to talk about. New trains, refurbished trains, anything like that. So that's a little radio show I host. If you want to listen to it, I'm going to put a link in the chat now. It is on surreyhillsradio.co.uk. That should work. There we go. surreyhillsradio.co.uk. And it's on the second and fourth Tuesday of each month. And as I say, I talk about railway news, but I've got another plug, because I don't just talk about railway news there. I also talk about it on YouTube. I have a channel called Network News, which I'm going to also put in the chat now. Network News. And if you want to see more from me, then that is my little link to my YouTube channel, which also talks about some of the latest developments in the rail industry. So if you want to hear more from me and my thoughts about the continued mess that is the railways in this country, that's hopefully becoming slightly less messy.
Michael, you're meant to. Michael, I'm hoping you're going to talk a bit about it here, actually.
Well, yes, exactly.
Specifically about how nationalisation is going to help us. Tell us, please.
Oh, right. Okay. So nationalisation. I've got a video about the nationalisation on the Network News, but we'll try to talk about it a bit here. So basically, I want to say the 25th of May is South Western Railway is going to be taken over by the government. I believe I'm right in saying, or it might be the day after or something. But you know, that's when the big changeover happens, supposedly. South Western Railway.
25th of May, yeah.
Yeah,
that's when that's when the contract with the DFT expires.
It is. So what this government have committed to doing is they've said we're going to nationalise the passenger operators. They're not nationalising freight, they're not nationalising open access, but the franchised operators are all being nationalised as their contracts expire. They're not just saying, okay, we will flick a switch and suddenly it'll all be nationalised overnight. They're saying, okay, when the contracts expire for these companies, we just won't renew them, basically. And they've already passed legislation into law to do that, which I believe that legislation actually makes it now illegal to give it to a private company. So yeah, these, as I say, when contracts expire, the next one, or in fact, the first one since the legislation has been passed, will be South Western Railway in May. So that will be very exciting to look forward to. And basically what it means is that by the time of the next election, unless there's an early election, which seems unlikely given they've got a massive majority, but whatever. By the time of the next election, all of the currently franchised passenger operators will have been nationalised and brought under a new national operator that's not called British Rail. It's called Great British Railways because we have to add more syllables, apparently. British Rail is a perfect name. Let's just make it long-winded for no reason. But yeah, Great British Railways. And they'll also, Great British Railways will sort of take over Network Rail as well. So both track and train are under a single operator. And as I say, they'll still be private operators, open access, freight, for example. One of the biggest omissions, as some would see it, including myself, is that they haven't included the Roscoes, which are the train leasing companies, which are one of the most profitable aspects of the railways for not a lot of benefit. So that's one of the major omissions. But that is, in essence, what's happening with the nationalisation. And there's various other things happening. Local authorities will be able to take over, suburban rail services, a bit like we've got the London Overground, in London. So imagine that, but in Manchester, Leeds, Birmingham, wherever. So all sorts of exciting stuff to look forward to. And hopefully it'll bring a bit of order to the chaos, because currently a lot of the problems is that there's too many different competing companies and competing interests that all want different things and don't talk to each other properly. Whereas if it's all a single organization, it should hopefully all work a lot better together.
That unity that we had when the railways were originally nationalised, right? And we will go back in history. And you know this, Michael. I'll be going back in history. And some of you, if you watch my socials close enough, will know that I will be looking at history. Michael, do you know what it is?
I've got a feeling I do. Is it Rail 200, perchance?
Railway 200. Right,
Rail
and what
200.
am I doing for Railway 200?
What are you doing for Rail 200? Tell us. We want to know.
I'm just wondering, does anyone in the chat actually know?
Guesses in the chat, people. Guesses in the chat. You're time traveling. That's what Chalky Transport has said. You're time traveling. You've built a time machine, like at the end of Back to the Future 3, a train time machine.
People don't know what Railway 200 is. Help.
Oh, it's a big deal, Railway 200.
It's a very big deal. It's the 200th anniversary of the railways. But how am I celebrating the 200th anniversary of the modern railway?
Southeastern Transport is spot on.
Is it?
We've got more guesses. A few more guesses. Is it?
Oh.
Documentary.
Will it be in Derby?
Derby.
Well,
Derby. I'm looking forward to Derby. We'll get there.
I'm looking forward to Derby as well. Yes. Yes. But documentary what? Is it a single documentary? Or is it a collection of documentaries? What do we think? Oh, honestly, this is really exciting. And the reason why there's been a content gap, I currently can't edit. I can't do anything because I have exams for the next week and a half. So this first episode is being held at a red signal and should be moving shortly. but the progress has been
We
very good. and
apologise
I'm
for
really,
the delay.
really excited.
Series. Southeastern Transport, you got it again.
You got it again. A collection. Oh, that's the wrong one. There we go. A collection, yes. A series. A collection of documentaries.
There you go. Everyone's saying
Yes.
it now. You've been pipped to the
And I'm
post
gonna
by
have to-
Southeastern Transport.
Where? Yes.
Series.
So what's it going to be called?
Series. What is it going to be called? I
gonna be
don't
called-
think you've actually told me.
200 Years of Great British Railways.
Ooh, very nice, because that also nods to the future, because Great British Railways is the
Yeah.
nationalised operator. That's the thumbnail. That is.
That is the thumbnail for our lovely live stream.
Oh my days.
Riku out of context.
Yeah.
This is going to be fun. I have so much, like, you will not believe what is in this documentary. Michael doesn't even know what's in this documentary.
No, you've given me like little teasers, but I'm very much looking forward to it.
There's
'cause,
more. There's more than those teasers. There's so much coming.
You're the sort of
And I've
person
been working.
who under
I've
promises
been working
and over
on
delivers.
episode 1. Sorry.
Yeah. I was saying you're the sort
I've
of
been-
person that under promises and over delivers. So I'm so I'm very much looking forward to it, because I know it'll be great. But still, every time I watch your videos, like, I know it'll be great, but then it's always still somehow manages to be better than I expect it'll be.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. I pour all my love and energy, as you do as well, into videos, and I'm always striving to be better in some way. And there's a lot of stuff.
Read it.
Yeah, I'm glad you can't wait, because episode 1 is probably going to be the most. It will pack the most stuff in, because it's covering the first 50 years. So I'm going to reveal to you, episode 1 is called The Pioneers. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited to start editing this. There is so much in it, so much in it. I travel all across the country, interview so many people, and find out so much history, and basically allow you to understand cover 2 centuries of railway history in Britain in 4 different episodes. So, thank you. Thank you. Has anything major happened? There has been some progress. But we're now going to move on to... Michael, help me out.
Oh yes, you sent me a list of what we're talking about. Let's have a look at that list. Bear with.
Oh, wait.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
So this is why there's been a content gap, because of my
Yes.
school. I've had to... Oh, yeah. Waiting for a banger to happen. By the way, guys, please, like, subscribe if you haven't. I'd really, please.
If you haven't, the button's down there.
The button's down there. It's waiting for you. It's enticing you in.
It's I would say a big red button, but they changed it. It's like grey now. Why, YouTube? Why did you change that? It was so iconic. The big red button, you can't miss it. And now it's like, yes, we're going to make everything grey because life has to be boring. So I got so depressed there for no reason. Sorry about that.
Amazing. Right. So how will both of us celebrate? How are you celebrating Railway 200? I haven't actually asked you this.
Well, there is, and I'm sure, well, you've told me that you're planning on going as well. Railway 200 in Derby. Like that's the greatest gathering. That's what it's called, not Railway 200. It's part of Railway 200.
I'm going to that.
But the greatest gathering is this huge event that's happening in Derby. If you haven't booked tickets, sorry, it's all booked out. So
It's all booked out, yeah.
Sucks to be you, but like it's going to be.
Oh, that was strong. That was a bit strong.
That was a bit mean. Sorry. But yeah, no, that is going to be a massive deal where basically they bring in, like, I'm pretty sure it's hundreds, like, of historically significant locomotives and multiple units, and just They bring them all in one place, and I don't think there's ever been anything like it that's been done before on this scale, like ever. So this is going to be absolutely huge.
It is going to be huge, and it's going to be a part of episode 2 of my series. Because episode 1, I have one more thing to film, and that's with this amazing slider. There's so much you can do with this slider. If bought it at a very bargain price. Michael, the price was good, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. I can't remember how much it was, but I remember that it was. Shall I look through our messages? I remember it was quite expensive.
It was
but, like,
£230.
£230. It's good for what it is, but that's still a lot of money. You know, like
it's still a lot of money.
Value for money.
It will be
wise,
worth. You know, it will be worth it in the end.
Oh,
you
of
know,
course
in the
it
final
will.
edit, it will
It
be
will,
worth it.
undoubtedly. But that's
Why?
still
Because everything that I'll film for this documentary, or at least some shots for this documentary that are going to be shot at home, are now going to have this lovely movement. Not just this movement, of course. I'm making
just
it
side to
seem
side
boring.
constantly.
Can you imagine if it just went side to side with parallax?
like one of
That would
those
be silly.
electronic fans that just.
There's a lot of stuff you can do with this. A lot of stuff. That should be the thumbnail. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Again. Thumbnail. Can we do it in sync? I swear, if anyone asks us to do ice bucket challenge.
Ooh, those fans. Ooh. If you've just joined the stream and you don't have the context for this, I really have no words for you. Welcome to the welcome to the stream. I am not insane. Mostly.
Thank you. I'm not excited for my exams. I have my first exam tomorrow, history.
Oh,
it's not
good luck.
Not great.
Good luck.
Not great.
Well, if it's on the history of the railways, you'll know all the answers. So you just got to hope they ask you. You just got to hope that they ask you, which was the first railway that opened in 1825? And you'll be like, I know this one.
You know what? I do know this one. I'm going to go and grab some books.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Kermit! Kermit! I can hear you rummaging around. Well, people of the internet. Oh, there we go. You're back. I was getting ready to start streaming solo. I was I was about to hijack your stream again.
Hello.
Hello.
Right.
Books.
So, this stack of books. This is not it. There's more than this.
There's more.
And I don't know. I don't think Ian Marchant's watching. He is a subscriber, though. These are from Ian. In fact, there's like, the stack is like that, but some of them are at my other place. So the stack of books is like this, and they're all history books. So there's like How to Downside a Transport Network, The Subterranean Railway, British Railways Pre-Grouping Atlas and Gazetteer. Why am I showing this? That's not good. I'm not meant to be showing this. This. And this. And this, yes. And there's more. There's more. And I've been reading up, and it's so fascinating. And the biggest chunk of episode 1 is that very first, like 30 years. Sorry, that first 25 years between 1800 and 1825. That's like the biggest chunk. There's also stuff before that, because many people argue that the railways aren't actually celebrating their 200th anniversary. They've actually been around since like the 1700s, in fact.
It's a good. Some would even say that like the Romans had like very primitive version of like, not quite a railway, but you know, they'd have like little carts, and then they figured out that it was more efficient.
On wood, actually.
Well, no. I think what some of the very early ones did was they'd have like rock, and they'd dig little grooves into the rock, kind of like tram lines almost. Yeah. And that was apparently like a very, very early form of the railways.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
You know, you
So
can
we
go back
moved
as far
from
as you like in
wood.
terms of railway history.
We went from wood to iron to steel, and you'll be able to see. Well, you'll see that in the. I'm spoiling too much already. There are some really cool things to talk about, and I want to get this. I want to get this right for you guys. I really care that you get the best possible experience. So I'm putting in all of my effort, and I have been for the past few months, to make this good. To make this good, so that the one occasion in my life that I have to do something like this, I actually get it right. So yeah.
It is a big deal.
Michael?
It's not like you know, like it's. I hope I'll still be alive for Railway 300, but I doubt it. So you know, you've got to make a.
Yeah, well. Oh dear. I think that's it, isn't it?
I think that's most of what
Is that it? There's nothing else.
discussed today. I mean,
Because I would go on and on about all the stuff I've done, because it is really exciting, but I can't, because that would be spoiling everything. But there is some really exciting stuff coming. Can I go soon?
I mean, we've
course you can go.
gone for an hour, so that's about the right sort of length for a stream. We could maybe do a little bit of a Q&A if people in the chat have questions, but
Oh yeah, Q&A.
but otherwise, I think we've basically talked about most of what we were hoping to, you know, most of what was on the agenda tonight.
Everything on the agenda tonight. So people, you can either Q&A or you can watch me drive a Jubilee Line train on Roblox. What do you prefer? And then Michael will share his screen of him playing.
Oh no, what am I going to play?
What's it called?
Oh, British Railway.
So, you guys, can I do a poll? Am I able to do a poll? Can I do a poll?
You should be able to. I'm not sure how it works, but I believe it's the sort of thing that can be done. Oh, here we go. Here's a question I can take. The downfall of HS2. What's your opinion on that? Politicians messing around. It's stupid. But it basically just build HS2. A lot of people say, oh, you can build a cheaper version of HS2 by doing this. Not really. Or you could do this as an alternative to HS2. Not really. Just build HS2. It's very, very badly needed. So just get on with it, frankly. That's my take. And as for why it's gone over time and over budget and had all these issues, most of that there have been questionable decisions made about sort of some of the engineering, but most of it is because of politicians messing around with it. So let the politicians do politics. Don't let the politicians do engineering. You know, if all the engineers come up with a design for Euston Station and say, we need a station with 11 platforms, don't let a politician come in and say, well, we think we can do it with 10 platforms and it'll be cheaper, because that's not a good idea. And yeah.
Oh dear. So currently have 14 votes cast, sorry, 15. And we're now 53% gaming and 47% Q&A. And I'm hoping it's going to move towards gaming, because I want to drive that train. But we're still on 15 votes. So we're going to wait another minute. You guys have another minute. And Knightsbridge Tube Station. You know, there's so much I could cover, but I can't make a video. And this is my problem. I can't make a video without going properly in depth. This is my problem. And there is so much I could cover, but A, I don't have the time, and B, I take too long to do it, because I go in depth and I want to cover everything and do it very like, go to the locations, film interviews, all of this stuff. So things like this, like Knightsbridge Tube Station finally becoming step 3, that's been on my list for years. Okay, not years, 2 years, right?
That's
and
years.
I've been wanting to cover that, and it just happened yesterday, and I can't do it. And I just think about how the channel has very strangely, like the the purpose of the channel and the content that's on it has changed dramatically. And I'm now going to stop the slider because it's annoying me. Okay, so we've got 21 votes cast and 52% is Q&A. Please move. We have 25. Okay, no, 22 votes. Oh dear. No. No.
We could do a Q&A whilst gaming. That's not a bad idea.
What?
Just do a Q&A and sorry, be doing a game and then just look across at the chat.
Yeah.
And just answer questions and try not to overshoot any of the stations because you're too focused on the chat.
Anyone who's joined, there are 26 concurrent viewers and 24 votes. And we've currently got 54%.
Who are those two people that haven't voted? I will track you down. Vote. Vote.
Actually, there's
no, okay.
3 people that
kidding.
haven't voted now. 3 people.
You're not. We're not going to force you to vote, but it is. What's the vote currently on?
Q&A whilst letting the ATO drive. Someone commented.
That's not a bad shout. That's not a bad shout.
25 votes, 52% towards Q&A. Yes, it's leveled out. Oh.
Oh.
Oh. We have 27 votes and 30 concurrent viewers. 52% is Q&A. Come on. 3 people. Yes. Oh. Yes. Is anyone going to vote? It's 50-50. I can't believe this. This is insane. Oh yeah, someone's commented this. Michael, do you mind if I drive the Jubilee line while you answer the question? Yes! Do you mind? Do you mind if I drive the Jubilee line and you answer?
What? If you send me your username on Roblox, I might be able to join with you. Just sit, because I'll just have the chat open in a separate
You'll see
tab.
my screen.
Okay.
You'll see my screen.
Or I could sit as a
I'm going to
passenger.
share my screen.
Okay.
You can sit as a passenger. Yes, you can. You can indeed. So let me just get into Roblox, enter DJ MN lines, and put the volume. Okay. People have never seen me game before.
That's true.
This is insane.
Well, no, there was that when you did Bewley Park Station, you did SCR briefly.
Well, yeah, but I didn't officially name myself a bit of someone who dabbles in a bit of gaming. I mean, you have to, don't you? You can't hear my audio, can you?
I don't think so. No.
Are you sure? You can't hear it now?
I can't hear anything. No.
Okay, well then that's fine. And if I minimize this window, can you still see me?
Yeah, I can see.
You can still, and already people from the chat are joining. Anyways, are you going to answer questions now?
Yeah, I can do.
So go ahead and answer questions while
Okay. Oh my goodness, this is what a weird stream this is.
Are you able to pin comments?
Let's try. I don't think so.
How do I do that? How do I give you the? How do I do that?
Is it done through StreamYard somehow? Is there a way to do that? Settings, possibly. I'd imagine it's in settings.
It's okay. You can just. Where is comments? Hide concurrent comment. Okay. And now in comments. Sorry, guys. It's just a technical thing. Settings, right? Guests. Oh my goodness.
Oh, while we're here, can you accept my friend request as well so that I can join you?
Are you going to join me? I'm spawning at Stanmore, by the way. How do I accept your friend request? No, you can sit next to me.
Oh my goodness.
You don't have to have. I'm at Stanmore, by the way. You have like 2 minutes before I despawn.
How do I join you?
Oh, you
Am I
just
stupid?
you go onto DJMN lines, then you go into passenger.
Yeah, no, but I mean, how do I make sure I'm in the right server, or is there only one server?
No, there is no server. It's just the same thing. The server's the same for everyone, I think.
No, there's 2 servers. There's one with 25 people, so I'm going to go with that one.
It's the yeah. Are you?
It's
So at
loading. It's
Stanmore,
loading. It's loading. I'm not in the game yet.
once you're set up and you're sat down, you'll start answering questions. Yeah.
Yeah, okie dokie. Oh my goodness. There we go. I'm in the game. How do I teleport again? Menu.
So you need to go into passengers
Teleport to a location.
and click Stanmore.
I'm just trying to find it
No,
on
no,
the
no.
list.
I need to close my door. Who's that? Why are people racing towards the front? Who's that? Do people know me? Is this someone I know?
Where the heck is Stanmore? Baker Street, Neasden. Stanmore, there we go.
Come on. There are already like 3 people running to the front from the stream.
I'm
Can't
coming!
let all of you go.
I'm on my way, bear with.
Okay.
I can see your train.
Just jump on through the doors, because I can only have one.
That is
person in.
generally how people get on trains.
Is it?
Wait, which platform are you on? I'm stream sniping you.
I'm on the far right platform.
Yeah,
Not that kind
okay.
of far right.
I didn't think that's what
Not
you
that
meant.
kind of far right.
There we go.
People ask me, is that you?
That is me.
Is that you? Get on. No, get on the front.
Oh, the front. Oh, sorry, I'm stupid. Hold on, bear with.
Michael, I open the door for you. Get on the front.
There we go.
Get in before anyone else gets in. Then the seat behind you, you need to tap it, and then it will open up.
Ah,
It's this
aha.
black. There we go. Okay.
Nice.
Right. Is everyone here? That I can see someone running. Do you know how many people are on our train?
We're getting stream sniped by all these people.
Right. Well, I'm going to close the doors in about 10 seconds, so you better get in. Come on.
Beep, 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 beep.
You ready for this? This is going to be fun.
Yo, ready for this? Can
you imagine if Failed. Now, are you going to start answering questions?
Yeah, go on. Right, let's have a look through the chat. I'm just going to start scrolling up, and then I'll scroll back down later. What questions are we? I saw some questions earlier. Where have they all gone? Where have all the questions gone? Am I just blind?
I should do this more often. By the way, please donate if you haven't.
Oh, there you go. Here's a question. Escalator fiasco. Do you think it will be solved when the station is closed? I hope so. That's the point of the closure, isn't it? Like if they don't fix the issue by closing the I mean, how long is the station closing for? It's like a few months, right? So, yeah. That would be bad if they closed it for that long and then the issue wasn't resolved at the end of it. So I bloody well hope that fixes the issue. I guess it remains to be seen. What other questions have we got?
Now people are going to criticize me for the terrible quality of my drive.
There's not a lot of
Why are people coming through to the front? Please, if you're trying to get through to the front, please don't. It's really distracting. Stopping a train is the hardest part. There we go. You know, the window for opening the doors is so difficult. Guys, get back in. What are you doing? What are you doing?
We're going to leave without you.
Okay.
I'm looking at the
Are you
chat.
answering questions? Are there people?
Well, there's not been a lot of questions. I'll keep the chat open though. I've got the chat open in this separate tab.
Guys? Can you please stop jumping into the cab? It's really distracting. Like, I love you all to bits, but come on.
Yeah, ask some questions, people. Or have we answered most of the questions you want to know? Oh, hold on. There's this one here. Sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
What is your opinion on SL4 and how good will it affect the route in the future when the route is free? The route is already free, isn't it? So that's already, I mean, that's already like having get in and around East London for free. I mean, that's great. If my local buses were free, I'd use it all the time. I mean, I already use the bus quite a lot, but if it were free, I'd practically live on it, you know. So and it's every 8 minutes or something like that. Like, it's a really intensive service. So yeah, it'll be really good, I think. And by making it free, you'll grow a steady demand, you know, of people using that regularly. And then one day, admittedly, it will be not free, but hopefully by that point, there'll be people that have got so used to commuting back and forth on it that they just keep doing it. And frankly, it's a much needed link. You know, TfL apparently, before the opening of the Silvertown Tunnel, they did a load of modeling to work out where do we need new transit routes, and that was one of the key missing corridors. So,
Oh my God, what have I done?
oh no, did you spad? Oh, we
Unfortunately.
might have spad. Professionalism here.
Professionalism. Anyways, I can run now at 9 miles per hour for a couple of minutes, and then I have to. In the meantime, are there any other questions that I can?
There's been another question. Riku, what is your least favorite tube line?
My least favorite is the Northern. I'm going to be completely honest with you. It's the Northern. I don't like the Northern. I love the Central. You know, the Central's up there for me because of its architecture, not because of the delays.
That's understandable. And the overcrowding, the heat, the Central line in the summer. Oh my days! I'm glad they're sort of getting some air conditioning in some of the stations. Not yet on the trains, but in the stations.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Yeah.
Anyways, this is embarrassing. The fact that I have to.
It's all right. You didn't see anything. You did. People in the chat. You didn't see anything. I won't tell
You
if you
didn't see anything.
Nothing happened. Right. What other questions have we got?
I think this is a station. So.
Did you hear about the westbound platform at Roding Valley Station is to be closed for 2 months to allow for work on the station's footbridge? I did hear about that in passing, but I haven't heard much about it in too much detail. But
where did you hear about it?
I can't remember. I just heard it in passing somewhere. I seem to remember they did a similar thing with. I'm trying to find it on Google Maps now because I know where the station is, but I can't remember the name of it. Well, apparently there's a fire in Maida Vale, according to Google Maps. That's not good. Am
I about to arrive at Queensbury or Kingsbury? I can't remember.
Yeah, it was at East Acton, where they closed one of the platforms for ages to replace it or change the bridge or something. There was some reason why they had to close one of the platforms, and so people could only travel in one direction. I guess as long as people can travel in the other direction and then go back on themselves, it's less of a big deal. But, you know, ultimately engineering work has to be done from time to time, and it's going to be disruptive, and there's not much you can do about that, annoyingly. So hopefully they can minimize the amount of time it has to be closed for. But yeah, sometimes it's got to be done. And I would assume that this is the case here at Roding Valley.
Michael, have you noticed something?
Oh, you've respawned. Wait, hold on. I'm in a train. Hold on. Did you delete the train?
Yes, I did.
Wait, why am I still in a train then?
You're gonna have to respawn. You click escape and then R and then enter.
Oh, you've been kicked. Oh no, I've been kicked from the server. I think it's because the train was deleted. I've been kicked from the server. Oh no.
What does
Hold on,
that
let
mean?
me
Kicked from
rejoin.
the server.
Well, I got booted from the game. I'm not in the game anymore.
Oh,
I've got to rejoin.
well, that's fine, isn't it?
Hold on.
I'm at Stanmore. I've just spawned at Stanmore.
Just
I've just
trying to
set
work
up
out how to-
everything.
Okay, I'll.
Sorry
teleport
about
to
this. I
Stanmore
promise
again.
I'll do well. My friend
Technical
knows that
difficulties,
I'm not very good at
people.
this. Isn't this becoming a bit boring? It's 1 hour and 20 minutes. Are people not bored of this?
Well, there are a few people in the chat saying, "Oh, I've got to go now," which is
There are
fair
20
enough.
people, so we're really
But
keeping that.
there's still people watching. So, how long are you thinking this stream will go on then? Because it probably can't go
Well,
on
as long as I don't get to
indefinitely.
Stratford. So that's an hour.
That might take a
An
while.
hour.
Oh my goodness, I'm not sure I can do a Q&A for an hour.
Keep it up. Keep it up.
I'm running down
Okay,
the
people
platform.
are already here. That's amazing.
I'm on my way.
there?
I'm on my
No,
way.
no, no, no. Going down in Silver Town.
I
Getting.
was listening to that song the other day.
Oh, do you like it? Oi.
I do,
what's
yeah.
Sky doing? I love that song. Do you wanna have a sing song?
Oh no, I'm not sure I know the words.
Am I gonna
well
get
enough. I know the
copyrighted?
chorus. I'm going down in Silver Town and something. So I don't. That's the only line.
Okay,
I
I'm
know.
gonna
I
sing.
can't
I'm gonna
lie.
sing the whole thing then.
Okay.
Is this gonna work? I hope it
Copyright strike in 3, 2.
does. Come on, get on if you haven't already. Come on.
Have you done any hidden London tours? I did one once of. Oh, I can't remember what the station's called now. Bear with. I'm using Google Maps again. I have like a geographical memory and not necessarily a name memory all of the time. It was Piccadilly Circus, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe it was Leicester Square. It was one of the. It was Leicester Square, I think, actually. It was one of those Zone 1 stations. And yeah, we went round a bunch of like the secret tunnels and like lift shafts that aren't used anymore and that kind of thing. It was really interesting. Would recommend doing a hidden London tour at some point if you get the opportunity.
I haven't done one.
I would recommend it. I would recommend
Why are
it.
people running to the front? This is so annoying.
These
Please,
are
I
your
need to leave.
fans. You've got to let. You can't drive off and leave your fans at the station, Riku.
Do you know how
in the chat. Hello.
Do you know how
Wolves.
many fans have spawned? Please get on. Just get on. Thank you. Okay, we're off we go. You ready? Oh my goodness. Are we ready for this? Come on, let's
ready
do it
for
right
this?
this time.
Is
that a song?
It is a song.
I'm gonna
I'm not
assume
sure what the
that's a
song's
song.
called.
Right, time for
I have
Silvertown
a feeling
Bliss.
it's just called "Are You Ready for This?" Oh no! Copyright strike! Copyright strike!
Let's see how bad my singing is.
Hold on. Let me put up the lyrics.
Oh, should I wait for you?
No. You go ahead. There you go. I've got it. I like the lyrics because they reference like other stations.
Have you got
well.
it?
Like,
Come on then.
I see that they reference Canning Town and like that kind of thing.
Are you ready or not?
Yeah, I'm ready. Go on.
Come on.
Oh my days. Karaoke time.
You know I'm so bad at singing. I used to be really good. Now I'm having to work on my voice.
Yeah.
On Silvertown Way, the cranes stand high. Quiet and grey against the still of the sky. Not too bad. They won't quit and lay down, though the action has died.
Won't quit and lay down. Till the action
It was
has
the new
died.
game in town.
The chat's gone suspiciously quiet. They've all got bored of us singing.
From the poisonous strings, a vision appears. A new circle of cranes, a new reason to be here.
Circle of cranes, a new reason to be here.
Rising up into
The silver
I
dome,
got that wrong.
rising up into the dawn.
where all the
Above
silver
the
is
church and the
gone.
homes, where all the silver is gone. Gone.
Find a bucket of gold.
And a
What will
bucket
I
of
do?
gold. What will I do?
Leave the story
I leave the
untold.
story
Silver
untold.
Town
Silver
blues
Town blues.
going down.
Going
Silver
down
Town.
in Silver Town.
Down in Silver
Down
Town.
in Silver Town.
Going down.
Going
in Silver
down
Town.
in Silver Town.
You know you've got a delay of like 5 seconds.
Down in Silver Town. Well, it sounds fine at my end. That stream delay is annoying, isn't it?
A truck with no wheels
No
up
wheels.
on cinder blocks.
Cinder
Oh,
blocks.
sugar. Make no dreams around the fire in the drum. Scrap metal
Scrap
schemes
metal
rusted
schemes,
over
rusted
and done.
over and done.
Find a
And
bucket
a
of
bucket
gold.
of gold.
Silver
Silver would
do.
do.
Leave the
Leave the
story
story
untold.
untold.
Silver
Silver
Town.
Town blues.
And I'm
And I'm going down in Silver
Town.
Town.
Down in
Down in Silver Town. Going down
Going
in
down
Silver
in Silver
Town.
Town. Why does it stop? Down in
Oh,
Silver Town.
why can't I hear the
connection's so bad.
music? Oh, my days.
Hey,
What a chaotic
Listen, people need to
stream.
stop moving around because my train's moving all over the place.
Yeah,
I'm
I
being
can see it
serious.
like bouncing up and down. It's mad. Stop jumping about. Derail the train. No deraily train.
Oh, come on. I've had to type this in. Oh my god, what are they doing? Jesus. Can we stop now? Thank you.
Silver
Sent out a
Town
message. They're all
blues.
going to listen. I'm telling you. Okay, let's continue. Why is it not letting me play this? I swear I
You
have
got
this saved.
copyrighted. You got copyrighted by your own. There we go.
Leave the story
Story
untold.
untold.
Silver
Silver
Town.
Town blues. Going down Silver Town. Down
Why
in
is it
Silver Town. Why does it keep stopping?
Oh, sugar. Red signal. Well, we're dead now.
Well,
just dead now.
okay, rip.
That's the end. That's the end.
Oh, I can see that Walt from the chat has joined me. That's
the
hi,
end, isn't
Walt.
it? That's just it, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, thanks for watching the stream, guys. Like and subscribe.
No, it's not. No, it's not. You thought it was over.
You thought. But
You thought it was
no,
over.
we're back.
But no, you guys, all of you, please, right now, Wembley Park, please. We're going to go
Wembley
much
Park.
further down the line. All right? Come
Spawn
on.
at station. Come on, game. Come on, game. Here we
I
go.
s-
Oh my
I
goodness.
swear, if people are purposefully spawning at that station just so I can't get in, that would be sad.
Which platform are you on?
I'm not on any platform
Wembley
because
Park
I can't.
now. Oh, you're not yet.
I'm not. I'm trying. I'm trying and failing.
Silvertown Blues. I went down the Silvertown tunnel the other day and no one was in it. Yeah, that sounds about right. That does not surprise me. It was fairly quiet when I drove through it, and it was opening day, so there was probably more people using it. So, yeah, good old
Yeah,
London.
is it-
£2
is it
billion
empty
on
now?
a tunnel, and no one's using it. I don't
Is
know.
it really empty?
Maybe it's busy, and I don't know if there are people who use it a lot. Tell me, like, how busy is it? Because has it solved the congestion issues, or is it just empty and a massive waste of money? In which case, maybe
Yeah.
convert it into a bike lane. So you can use... In fact, did you see?
Have you seen that
the
protest?
video?
I saw
of
that, yeah.
People that that cycled through it. That was really cool. Good on them.
That was
for
really cool. I thought, how powerful is that? Such a powerful
Yeah,
statement.
quite.
Oh my god.
And I'm going down to Silvertown. You've got that song in my head now.
Down and there
Down
we
the
go. It's about
Silvertown
time.
tunnel.
There we go. Finally, I can actually start.
Which platform are you on? Hold on.
Well, I'm not
Let me
on
just-
any platform. I'm in the
Yeah,
side.
but which platform
side
will
ex-
you be on? Do you have any idea?
I don't know. How am I meant to know that? Okay, let's see. Do I have a red light? Do I have a red light? Let's
Okay,
see.
well, I'm just going to
I've
walk
read-
around the station.
That's a red light, isn't it? Okay, someone's just moved out.
Da, da,
So I'm going to be
da,
next.
da,
I'm next on the
da,
queue.
da.
I promise you, I will actually do this properly.
Okay, well, I'm on a platform. I'm not sure if this is the right
It's
one.
not
or
the one pulling in right now.
Okay, noted. Oh, I can see that train pulling in now. Oh, my days, it's so loud. Hold on.
That's
Let me
not
turn
me.
down my volume. Someone blowing the whistle. Like, shut up. It's so loud.
What was that?
That was my whistle impersonation.
Was that you?
Right.
Horrible. Come on. Is this going to move out the way or what?
I can see Anne train
Is every-
pulling in.
Michael, are there other people with you there as well?
There's a little gang of us on the platform, yeah. And in fact, wait, how many
This
is
is
it?
so
One,
cool. I need to do this
One,
more.
2, 3, 4. There's like 5 of us on the platform waiting for you.
Really?
Yeah. All the
Well, I'm
stream
just waiting
snipers.
for this guy to move out the way. Because I can't
Come
move
on.
until this guy moves.
They haven't even opened the doors yet. Like, open the doors. Come on. You can't leave until you've opened and closed the doors. And right now, you haven't even opened them. Oh, you've opened the cab door. Well, that's useful. Come on, train. It's a long old train, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know this game's meant to be accurate, but I've played too many Roblox games where they made the trains like 2 cars long to reduce the lag. And it's just like, come on.
Yeah.
It's been derailed.
goodness.
Oh,
It's not. That's the dead man. He's a dead man.
Ah.
Are people? I can't believe people are still watching this. Yeah, no sugar.
It's probably
sugar
people who
with-
just have it on in the background whilst they're eating their dinner or something. We can do like ASMR.
There's someone literally waiting behind me for this guy to move. Someone needs to delete him.
Yeah, how do you delete trains in this game? I literally. Oh, okay.
You're despawned after a couple of minutes.
I tried to sit in the driver's seat to delete it, and I got kicked from the game because I'm not a driver. Rip. Oh, and now Roblox is installing an update. That's just fan dibby danzo.
Opened door yet.
I'm loving this.
Yes.
McDonald's. That's trademark. I'm loving it. I used North Greenwich during my trip to London. It's a nice station,
there we
isn't
go.
it, North Greenwich? Next to the
Oh my
O2
god!
Arena.
No, don't you dare! Don't.
Oh no, are you getting?
No.
No. Oh, that's so annoying when that happens. All the traffic
You know
is
what?
in the Blackwall still.
can't
Yeah,
believe-
that doesn't surprise me. Like, I feel like the Blackwall tunnel is the one that's intended for long distance journeys, and the Silvertown tunnel is really just intended for local journeys, just based on the road network that it connects to on either side. So probably the people who are used to commuting in the Blackwall tunnel aren't necessarily going to switch across if they're going up to Stratford, for example. So yeah, which station are you at again? I need to spawn there. Wembley Park, isn't it? Wembley Park.
I'm whistling at this guy because I'm so annoyed. Get a move on. This is
Riku,
okay,
it was
I'm just
Adam.
waiting.
Someone said in the chat. That's right. Name and shame. Name and shame.
Name and shame.
Adam. The platform seems to be clear now.
No, yeah, but I need to wait for this, don't I? There we go.
There we go.
I'm running it in at full speed. Full steam
Well,
ahead.
don't go too full speed because you'll overshoot, and that would not be ideal. No, that didn't work.
Look,
Why
what are
is
they doing?
Wolf dying on the floor? What? Oh no, it's like a yoga
it-
pose. Okay, never mind. I thought you just died.
There we go. That was
Connections
perfect.
within Southeast London,
Get
I'd say
on,
is
get
still
on,
pure
get on.
emoji.
Get on.
Yeah,
Get
that's
on,
fair.
people. Oh yeah, sorry. No,
Nice
no, no. Get in,
scoop
get in,
in.
get in. No, no, no. Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
All right, we all in?
Yeah, the underground south of London doesn't really exist, apart from the Northern Line, which is ironic. If you want to go
Hey,
south, you
why
go
are
on
we
the
not
Northern
moving?
Line.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What now? What?
Maybe people
What's
need to be
going on?
sat down, like the people in the back of the train. That is odd.
Oh, there we
I
go.
don't. There we go. I don't know this name well enough.
I wonder what that was. Anyways, basically, we're not going to get very far very quickly because there's a train right in front. God,
That's true.
Fram it. God, fram it. Michael, are you going to
Bakerloo
survive
line
this?
extension. Yeah, I'm just sat next to
Hello
you.
there. Hi. Oh, God. Are there any other topics they're discussing?
Yeah, someone's just spoken about the Bakerloo line extension. Yeah, it needs to happen. If
Yeah,
you
there was
want
a
to
really
get...
good video I sent you, didn't I, Michael?
Yes, yeah. I watched that a while ago.
Back
That
the
was good.
Bakerloo.
Yeah.
Local councils are making really nice videos these days.
Yeah, definitely. There's some. Did you send me this as well, or anyway? I definitely saw it. There's some also the campaigns for international trains to start stopping in Ashford again, and some good videos that have been made as
Yeah,
part
I
of
sent
that.
that to you as well.
Yeah.
Who's this guy? Please do not.
Oh, well, Walt, what are you doing? Sneaking into the cab, and then I'm not. What are you doing?
Honest.
What are you doing, my guy? just like having a stroke and collapsing on the
Also,
floor.
why is
or
it
something.
rattling so much, this train? Okay, we need to stop, don't we? Sugar. Am I going to slow it down in time?
What? Huh? Bakerloo to Lewisham, yeah. Well, no, I'd say Bakerloo to Hayes. Lewisham would be nice, but you may as well go the full shebang and take it to Hayes. That's what I'd say.
This chicken. This chicken.
Guy, can
oh my
you be
goodness.
not spamming the chat, please? I don't want to have to mute anyone today.
Why is he sitting in front of you?
I honestly have no idea. Dude, get
And
out of
this-
here.
Someone,
Oh,
can you see this comment? Someone's just commented. And this is the weird thing. People don't actually realize that some players are girls.
mad,
And someone's
isn't
just
it?
confirmed, indeed, I am a girl. I'm a boy. Oh, well, we needed to know that.
What a useful, productive conversation we're having in the chat.
Very useful and productive. Are we slowing? Are we? Hey!
Stop bouncing
People.
around. People, stop moving on. Stop moving on my train. Stop moving. Stop your jiggling around. And I'm going down. You've got that song in my head now. I'm going down to Silvertown. Which station is this?
How was your
Dollis
experience on the first day? Because I got up at like 6 o'clock.
I did not get up that early. I got up at whatever time I normally get up, and then
Did you just travel all the way from where you
I-
live?
yeah, pretty. I
you-
drove there because
you
I
live
wanted to
quite a
drive
way
through
away.
the tunnel. Yeah, it was meant to be like an
drove?
hour drive, but it ended up being more like an hour and a half or something because I got stuck in traffic on the M25, which was fun. But yeah, I drove
No
there
way.
because the premise of my video was that I wanted to go through the Silvertown Tunnel with every possible mode. So I went on the bus, I went on the weird cycle shuttle thing, and I drove through the tunnel as well. So I had to drive there for that.
Yeah.
So
I mean, the whole thing, I was really excited. Like, for weeks, I was literally just counting down the days. That was the only thing in my agenda ahead. And I was like, I am so excited for this. So I said, right, gonna do this with multiple layers, as I usually do. And it came out quite well, didn't it? Did it come out well? What do you think, Michael?
oh, your video. Sorry, I'm just distracted because
Yeah.
there's someone spamming the chat. Put user in timeout. Goodbye. Goodbye. that's the first time I have I've been able to use my powers as a moderator. I'm getting like a power trip now.
Yeah.
Right. What were you saying? Yes, your video. Yeah. I liked your video. I've said this before. I always like your videos. I go
Thank
into your expecting them to be good, and I'm still always just impressed at how good they are. So yeah.
Thank you.
It was,
I
very
spent a whole night. I think I was up until like 3 a.m. just finding clips and radio shows which had mentioned the Silvertown Tunnel, and I found
Yeah.
some pretty interesting segments to put in.
Yeah, and in that little introduction
that's
segment.
Kind of the thing that I'm the most proud of
Yeah.
from that video.
Yeah, that little introduction. It's a good hook into the video, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, are we going to stop? Come on, please.
G Loves
Please.
Trains has been on the 225. Very
Sugar.
nice. I was booked on a train to Leeds a while ago that I thought was going to be a 225, but it wasn't, and I was sad. But I have been on a 225 like many years ago.
G Loves is in the chat. Are you really?
No. It's just someone saying that she has been on the 225.
Oh, goodness me.
No, I'd be more excited if she
Goodness
was.
me.
I'd be like, "Whoa, G Loves Trains is here! Hi!
Can you see what's
I
ahead
watched
of us on the track? There's a chicken.
Oh my!
There's a
Oh my
chicken.
goodness! La la
Well,
la
I'm closing.
lava, chicken.
I'm sorry.
Run the chicken over.
Oh,
Train. Chicken. Riku's
forgot
train
that I
chicken.
was
It
in-
is dead on the tracks.
How horrid.
Oh no, this is not going to end well. La 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 lava.
Scrambled eggs. Come on. Let's at least get into the tunnel section. You know, the sound design is missing from one single tunnel section in this game.
Oh really?
And you can
Ah,
tell
that's
because there's
annoying.
really good sound design here. Like, can you hear it?
Yeah.
It's
Hold
really
on, I
good.
had my game muted, but I'll turn it up. Oh yeah, that is quite good sound design, isn't it?
Oh, sugar. That's a station. Oh, sugar. That's a station.
Yeah, you don't want to forget that.
Yeah, no, I've
Or are
missed
we
it
going to
already.
stop in time? Are we going to stop in time? We
Okay.
might.
Please.
We might.
Oh.
No, it's. Oh. You know what? I think that worked just about.
Look at that. Who would have thought?
Would any of you guys buy a first-class random train ticket and you end up somewhere random? I would quite like to do a random train journey at some point, but maybe not in first class, because that could literally be like thousands of pounds if you get a very long journey.
Thousands, really?
For some journeys, and maybe not
Michael,
thousands.
this is your
to be
moment.
fair.
This is your
Definitely
moment
hundreds.
to talk about the Penzance to thingamajig.
Yeah, that's a point. So, speaking of long train journeys, on the 16th of May, I believe I'm right in saying, is the final ever train between Aberdeen and Penzance. 13-hour journey. It's the last ever time that's going to be running. Currently, the
Have you
longest
still got
continuous train
tickets?
journey you can do in Britain. I think I've managed to find homes for most of them now, but that doesn't mean that if you want to join me on that train journey for either all or part of it, that there might be some tickets going spare, possibly, but I think most of them have been allocated by now.
Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness.
Oh, that was good timing. I saw that. The signal changed like right as you went through it. Were you too late?
Thank goodness.
That was
I'd
very
already
good
pressed
timing.
I'd already pressed emergency.
222. Would you guys travel in a 222 on a 1.5 hour journey, or an 810 on the same trip? Ooh, you know what? I've not been on either of those trains yet, so I'm gonna say pass on that one. Yeah, I'd like to ride both of those trains. I've not been on a 222. Would like to.
Michael, we're stuck.
Oh no, what have you done?
Michael, unfortunately, we are stuck.
Oh no! Wait, hold on.
Oh,
I've gone into like third person outside of the train, and it's flashing orange on the front. It's like it's a car indicator or something. How's that happened?
Yeah.
How do you even get to the point where the train has indicators? It's not a tram or a bus. It's a train with indicators. Hold on. Walt in the chat said you need to press emergency again.
Oh, amazing.
Oh, well, whatever you did, it seems to have worked.
I literally did nothing. Remember to do nothing.
I'm estimating 222s. Yeah, I think 222s will be either this year or next year that they get replaced. In fact, I'm going to plug my YouTube channel again. Hold on.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Network.
Do what you need to.
networknews.org.uk. I am working on a video for that channel at the moment in which I speculate about the future of the 222s, because without revealing too much information, because you should watch the video, Grand Central have applied to run a new route between Newcastle and Brighton, and they're going to need a train to run those with. That's all I'm going to say on that for now. Oh no, the chicken guy's back. Chicken jockey. Chicken jockey. Oh no. Oh no, we don't get to kill the chicken. The chicken. That dastardly chicken has led us towards a spad. How dare ye? Oh, anyway.
Oh my goodness. Right.
Well,
we can
yes,
go ahead and,
as I say, if you're interested in a video speculating about the future of the class 222s,
then please do subscribe to my
networknews.org.uk, or just search Network News UK on YouTube or whatever. It should show up.
Yeah.
Sing Time Warp, but replace Time Warp with Chicken Jockey. Let's do the Chicken Jockey again. Is that what you're looking for? Is that what you're looking for, Daniel DeBlox Gamer?
Oi, what's this guy doing?
That's like the Naruto man, isn't it?
Can you see
no,
what's
the chicken
going?
guy.
Sugar.
Ah, my days. What is happening?
Oh, sugar. Oi. Oi, 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 oi. Gee. Where are they? I'm closing the doors.
222104. Is that the one that's got the full East Midlands Railway livery? It is. I'm just looking at it now. Yeah, that's the one which has the full livery, whereas most of them just sort of painted the doors and called it a day. New DLR trains. Oh, hold on. There's been a message in the chat. I am not a chicken, I am a duck. There we go. Well, there we go. That's been corrected. Yeah. Duck jockey. Oh, I'm so brainwashed. Duck jockey.
Am I supposed to know what that means?
It's Minecraft movie. Chicken jockey, but it's duck jockey.
Oh my god, I don't think I want to hear this.
Anyway, that's enough of me being terminally brain rotted.
Okay, now tell me what's going on with this red signal. Is someone...
I can just hear a lot of like alarms going off.
You know, this is the worst possible example of how I drive. I don't drive like this. I drive well.
You're distracted by the chat. It's fine. I was
think
meant to be answering the question. What's your
Yeah,
opinion
go ahead.
on new DLR trains? I think they look bloody fantastic. What do you think?
I think they're bloody delayed.
They are delayed. They are delayed. That is true. But really,
But
what
then
isn't
again,
delayed?
so were the Thailand Weir metro trains.
Everything gets delayed. Like,
Then again, so was everything
when
in
was
the
the
UK.
last time something was on time and on budget in this country? I can't think of a time off the top of
Let
my
me
head.
just
Oh, wait,
think.
no, I can.
Never.
No, I can.
Stockton and
Midland Main
Darlington,
Line
probably.
electrification. Midland Main Line electrification, to be fair, that was on time and under budget. But apart from that, everything gets delayed, basically. Because welcome to Britain.
Okay, now somebody.
Oh, no, someone in the chat has just said we're at the end of a 5-train backlog. That's...
What's that?
Oh, boy.
What does that mean? What's a 5-train backlog? What's that?
Well, it's a backlog that's 5 trains long.
What's that? What's a backlog?
It's like a traffic jam.
5 where?
Apparently.
Somebody is slowing us down. Yeah. Oh wait, I said that.
Oh, my days.
Fluid, you are being dispatched. What does that mean? Please listen to Jamis. What does Jamis say?
I can hear a whistle in the distance. Oh, the signal's green.
Oh, I'm being
So
dispatched. Sorry. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I feel bad now. I was being dispatched by someone. What now? What now? Oh my God. Help me.
Hold on, there's a few more things in the comments. What have we got here?
There we go.
The new livery is very corporate. That is true. That is true. I mean, it's more consistent. This is for the DLR trains, by the way. The new livery is quite different to what we've had before. It's in some ways I like it because it's more consistent with like the London Underground and the London Overground.
Yeah.
But in other ways, it is a bit dull compared to what we had before. So I have mixed feelings on it.
What's it called again? I forgot.
What, the DLR
Poplar.
livery? Oh, no.
Is it called
Yes, of
Poplar?
course. Yeah.
What's it called? I forgot.
What, the livery? I'm not sure.
Yeah. What's it called? Is
Knows
it called
the chat.
Poplar or something?
I just call it the DLR livery. I can't lie.
No, but there is something.
We're in the
there's a
underground
special-
section now. Swiss Cottage.
Let me just go through my numerous press release emails.
Yeah. So other things in the chat. Do you think the Minecraft movie is the next Rocky Horror Picture Show? Possibly. I have to say, I've not got round to watching the Rocky Horror Picture Show yet. It's on my list, but I can't comment on it until I've seen it. So, but if people are saying that, then you know, I'll trust their judgment on it. What else? It was only on time because they cut back some of the project. That is true. Yeah, government, if you're watching, which you're not, but if you are, complete the Midland Main Line electrification and the Great Western electrification, and also electrify East West Rail, and also electrify the Chiltern Main Line. And what else needs electrifying? Transpennine Line, you're doing that anyway. Transpennine Line to Hull. The Transpennine Line via Sheffield, do that. Basically, just electrify most of the network and we'll be good. Thanks, government, who aren't watching. But if you are,
what was that?
then yes, what else? Yeah. Oh, there you go. Marston Vale Line or East West Rail will become very busy because of Universal. That is true. Some point I will make a video about that for my news channel. We don't really
About
have
Universal Studios thing.
Yeah. Well, not necessarily about the studios, because a lot of people have talked about that, but I will be at some point making a video about what it means for the stations. Like, will there be a new station built? That kind of thing. And
aren't they
yes,
proposing 3 new ones aside from?
I think it's 2,
Wixon?
but possibly there's another one.
I'm pretty sure
anyway,
there's Wixom's, and then there's that's
yeah,
a
there's
yellow signal.
Wixom's,
No, it's
and
not.
there's one on East West Rail, which I forget the name of right now. But yeah, there's various
Get on
works
now.
being proposed, but the trouble is we don't have a lot of details at the moment, because Wixom's, for example, was meant to have 2 platforms, but now because of Universal, it might have 4 or maybe more. So we'll wait for the details to emerge. But when we get some information, I'll be making a video about it.
Yeah, and I'm loving that clock tower. You know.
Yeah.
That clock
Yeah,
tower.
Wixom's has been paused apparently.
Oh, look, there are some people running. Why are they running to the front, please? Thank you. Closing.
What else is in the chat? I'm a bit behind. Is there any new Southeastern train being tested? I'm not aware of any Southeastern trains currently on test. What I will say is that the 376s have had a new livery put on them. I've heard about that. So apparently a few of them are out on the network. Haven't heard of any new trains though. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Michael, Universal Studios. I want to follow that story. Oh my god!
Someone just stood in the middle of the tracks. Sorry, that was quite funny. Yeah, what were you saying about Universal?
Universal, yeah, I want to follow that story.
Yeah,
because I think it's really interesting.
It will be interesting. I will definitely, as I say, I'll be keeping an eye on it. But right now, there's just
Michael. Can I just say
information
something?
to work
Because
off.
I can't really hear you. Can I just say something?
Yeah.
I think playing this game is a bit like actually talking on the tube.
Yes, it is a bit.
Can you hear how loud it is? It's really loud.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna lie. I actually turned down the volume like as low as it would go, and I think I've actually got it muted now. Hold on, let me turn it up a bit. It is.
Train in front of us is taking its time. Oh my god.
This game is accurate in its simulation of you can't hear a bloody thing anyone's saying when you're on the tube.
Yeah, you can't. There's this funny video I saw, but have you noticed there are yellow signals now? That's why I'm slowing down.
Oh, I see.
This is very annoying. Oh, the one in front of me has just turned to green and yellow, so I think I can speed up. Although not too fast. I'll go up to 30. And then I'll slow down if needed. There's a whole strategy to it, isn't it?
Bit more chat.
Oh, there's a green and red.
Who thinks Eurostar will go to Universal? I don't, I have to say. There's been some speculation that Eurostar will go to Universal. There's two main reasons that I think it won't do that. Number one, and this is probably the biggest reason, is that the Midland Main Line cannot take Eurostar trains. It's the loading gauge. They wouldn't physically fit. All the bridges are too low. And you unless you went along and like demolished a whole bunch of bridges and signaling and potentially redid all the electrification that they've just completed, like there'd be a hell of a lot of work to get Eurostar trains through to Wixom's, unless of course you use trains which are to the British loading gauge, but there's only one Eurostar train which is, and it's the 373, which they're in the process of replacing, so that seems very unlikely. And it's already like 30 years old or something, so yeah, that doesn't seem that likely to me. I'm just going to mute this game because it's so loud. Hold on, bear with me. There you go.
I can't because I need to hear if the dead man's alarm is.
Yeah.
Like... Oh, sugar. No.
So yeah, that's reason number one why I don't think Eurostar will go to Universal. Reason number two is that Eurostar used to go to Disneyland Paris, and they scrapped that service because not enough people used it. Or actually, it might not have been that. Like, people did use it, to be fair, but I guess it just wasn't profitable enough. But whatever. I think if Eurostar wanted to serve a theme park, they'd just resume services on that line. That would be a hell of a lot easier than trying to start up services on an entirely new line. Third reason as well, I said there were reasons. Third reason I think it won't do it is because both the the trains to Wixham on the Midland Main Line and Eurostar already going to St Pancras. So it's like 5-minute change. So the time saving you'd get would really not be enough to justify a direct service. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. There's a few more things in the
Thank
chat.
you, Michael, for your thoughts, which I only heard half of because it's so loud.
You can rewatch the stream to hear them properly. What else is in the chat? I don't think there's been any new trains on Southeastern. There's supposedly new trains coming to replace the 465s, but they haven't been ordered yet. But they are apparently coming at some point. What else? Feel like Virgin are competing to run through the Channel Tunnel, but still, I doubt they'll be going to Universal because of the same issues that I've spoken about before. That you if you're buying European-sized high-speed trains, you'd need to redo the whole of the Midland Main Line, and if you're not doing that, then you need to buy British-sized trains, which are a lot more expensive because they have to be custom builds. Oh no, this doesn't look good.
We're dead, aren't we?
Oh dear. Oh, maybe. No. So yeah, like Virgin would have the same issues as Eurostar. I'm not going to say it's impossible, but I'm not sure it would be worth it with the amount of effort that's needed. What else is in the chat? 379s going to Great Northern. Yeah, thumbs up to that. It's annoying that the 379s have been stuck in storage for so long, but it's good that they're coming back. What else?
Yeah, I read Ian visits a lot, so I'm up on the London news, but I don't know that much of outside London stuff. In fact, but I really do like the Northumberland line. I want to focus on that.
Yeah, Northumberland line.
I think
good.
when the final stage, is it going to open this year? What do you think?
It'll either be this year or early next year. I've heard some.
Okay.
It was meant to be all this
year,
but I've heard some rumors it could get pushed back.
Whenever it does, for that final video for the Northumberland line, I want to do like a nice proper documentary, like
that would be good.
The positive effects it's had. Nobody steal that idea, please.
That would be excellent. I've heard that
it's
there
not
are
like
some
anyone
people...
here is going to make a documentary, anyways. I mean,
I might.
I'm going to do the same idea.
I'm going to steal your idea.
Michael, you do news reporting. Don't steal that from me, please.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. I have heard that the impacts of the Northumberland line have been great. I mean, I overheard someone saying that there's been people that have been using it, that it's literally the first time they've ever used a train in their life because they've never had a reason to. They have buses and cars and they drive everywhere. They have no need to use the train, but there are people literally who've lived in these towns for 60 years or something, and this is their first ever time taking a train. So people are having to show them how the ticket machines work and that kind of thing, And
I remember from watching Jeff's video about Newsham, there was this one person who was recounting, who was like reminiscing the old original Newsham station, and that was a really beautiful moment where they were like, finally we got it back, and that was just amazing.
Definitely. It's a shame the new stations are fairly characterless, but I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. 5 times projected ridership. So, it really whilst does. it would be better if they whilst it would be better. I've lost my train of thought. It would be better if the stations were better. It just shows that you don't necessarily need to spend a fortune to get a railway that a lot of people are happy to ride. You know what I mean?
Drive.
Everyone gets their own private train and drives along.
You do realize how many new train Roblox games are coming on? There's a Victoria Line one coming soon. Then there's an extension of DJMN lines. On DJMN lines, the one we're on right now, they're going to be adding DLR and Northern Line. In fact, I don't know if you noticed, but while we were driving, there were some polls coming up. Oh, sugar. We've gone down the wrong way again.
Have we gone down the Charing Cross branch?
Yes, remember that.
Oh my days. I didn't even know that was possible in this game. That's quite funny.
And I actually have to switch the track here This is my what? What now? Why is it beeping?
Hold on, there's
Okay.
more things in the chat. I'm still a bit behind. ScotRail replacing HSTs. Yes, they are. We don't know what they're replacing them with yet, but apparently that is a thing that's happening at some point. I guess it remains to be seen. My guess is that it'll be flirts, like the Greater Anglia trains. And that's because I'm pretty sure I heard somewhere that the trains are going to be specified to have level boarding with the platforms. And currently the flirts are the only trains on sale, which sounds weird
I
to
like
say, like
flirts.
you just go into a shop and buy it. But, you know, currently the flirts are the only UK trains on sale that have level boarding. So that's my guess. But yeah, I agree. Flirts are excellent trains. Some of the best on the network.
I love flirts. I think they're very attractive. That didn't make sense, did it?
It did. I think people got the joke. People in the chat, did you get the joke? Yeah, they got the joke.
Did you get the joke? By the way, I love this part. Basically, that split
Yeah.
track is the split between the Charing Cross, the old Charing Cross terminus, and the Jubilee
And
line
the
extension.
The Jubilee line extension.
Thank
I like
you.
the
Thank you.
extension. Right. What?
How are
what
you
else
doing in
am I
there,
missing
Michael?
in the chat? I'm just
By the way,
chilling.
we're about to come to some really cool doors.
Oh, that's true. Have you got to line up with the doors? I've never thought about that because obviously in real
Yeah, I'm
life
going to
it's
show this to
ATO.
you. This
so it
is really
happens
cool. I've only done
automatically.
it like twice.
All right, I'm looking forward to this.
Is it coming up? Is that blue thing?
Yeah, I see the blue thing.
Oh, there we go. Sugar. Are we going to make it?
Oh
Are we gonna make
no.
it?
Oh.
We are. We are.
Oh, we might. Oh,
Come
it's
on.
no. I
Oh,
don't think it's
right,
going to
we did.
happen. No, not quite.
I don't think any actual real life drivers go in reverse, do they?
No, I'm sure. I think I heard somewhere that if a driver
Pretty sure
overshoots, they have to like
Really?
continue to the next station. I think I heard that somewhere, but that might just be a rumor.
Seriously? Why would they do
That's-
that?
Well, because they're not meant to reverse, I guess. Although actually, I did see a train reverse once.
Really?
Yeah, but it was at the end of the line, to be fair. So luckily not an end of the line which has the buffers, because that would be very bad if you overshoot that. It was an end of a line where like the train was terminating there, but the tracks kept going.
Oh yeah, I got it.
And it sort of overshot the platform and then just went oops, and then reversed back along the platform, which was quite funny.
That's really interesting. I've never seen something like that before. I have seen.
Well, it's very
noticed that
uncommon.
at Woodford Station, the trains are never able to do it in one go, where they know when to slow down. They will slow down and then
really?
they will speed up and then they will slow down. Sugar.
Oh, that's interesting.
Is that? I have no idea when the door. Oh my! Oh, I thought that was a red signal. That was a lot of red
that is
signal.
misleading, isn't it? I think that's just a cross in the points. Here we go.
It is
Which
very
station is
misleading.
this? Is this Waterloo
Finally.
or is this Westminster? Can't quite tell from here. I
Waterloo.
think this is Westminster. Oh no, it's Waterloo. Okay.
It is Waterloo.
Oh yeah, because the last one was Westminster, wasn't it? Yeah.
Right, there we go. Perfect. Enough. You actually have to press
Lined up the doors.
you know the CSDE, this thing that allows you
Yeah.
to open the doors. You have to. The best thing is to press it earlier. As soon as it kicks in, even if the train's not at a full stop, you press it just so it doesn't jump out of it, because you get like 2 seconds to do it.
Yeah.
Really stressful. Really stressful.
Hold
Do you
on.
think we're going to make it to the end?
I hope so, because then we might see. I have a feeling it's been deleted, but someone in the chat has just asked where my escalator was, because I did make an escalator. I was a dev on this game once, and my only contribution to it was an escalator, and then I quit being a dev because I was rubbish, frankly.
Wait, you were a developer.
I was, very briefly.
You dabble
I'm
in
not,
coding.
I'm not sure if it's still there. No, I wasn't coding. I just made like models for the stations and stuff. Which station was it? It was West Ham was where I did a bit of work. And
What, for DJMN?
I didn't just do escalators, to be fair. I did a bit of other work on the station, but West Ham is where it was. I think the station's been redone, but if it hasn't, then I can point to you my escalator, and you can tell it's mine.
Do you want to
because it
take a look? Do you want to take
so
a look
much
at the
more crap.
escalators?
We can. Well, I think it's been redone, but we'll see. We'll see when we get there. We'll see when we get there.
I'll let you out so that you can have a look.
Okay. Oh, there you go. People, I'm a bit behind in the chat, but people are appreciating your flirt joke.
Appreciating what?
The flirt joke you made.
Oh, that's good. Very handsome trains. I know. I remember Jeff once calling a train, saying that a train had a very, very sexy door chime.
That sounds about
What
right.
does that mean in terms of railway enthusiasm? It means it sounds cool.
It does. It does.
Although I'm not sure that's the. You know what? Oh God, are we gonna do it? Are we gonna?
I have
do
a
it?
feeling we might make it. For
You know,
this
there's
one.
no way of actually knowing when to stop it. It's so annoying.
Are we gonna make it? No, we're not. Yeah, I like.
Michael,
I like
explain
British
this to me.
Railway.
How
because
is there
it
a
has
way of
little
us actually
countdown.
knowing?
I don't know. I guess you've
Is
just
there
got
a
to
way?
really keep your eyes peeled and just slam on the anchors as soon as you see the slightest bit of light that could be a station. Hold on. I like that username. D loves trains. Definitely not inspired by anyone else. D loves trains. Do you
Yeah,
play
definitely not
musical
inspired by it.
instruments? Do you play musical instruments? Sort of. I do a bit of singing, but like that's mostly where
do
my
a bit of singing,
musicality
I
lies. In terms of musical instruments, very limited skills on the ukulele and the keyboard, but it's emphasis on very limited. Do you play any
Oh
instruments?
yeah,
I don't think
ukulele.
I've asked
I do a bit
this.
of ukulele.
Yeah, ukulele. Din, 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 din. Anyway, yeah.
Do you know what I mean by I do a bit of ukulele? Do you know what that means for me?
Go on, tell
That
me.
means I can play like one song. I can play.
Yeah,
Riptide.
I'm the same. Like when I say I've got very limited skills, I mean like very limited. Like I can do 3 chords.
You saying my skills are limited, Michael?
I don't. Honestly, it's probably better than mine. Like I was not good.
It's like
There you go.
lady running down to the river. Although I adjust the lyrics because I don't. They're a bit too. Oh, there we go. For once, I'm actually going to be able to stop. Basically, if I keep
Yay.
myself at 35 miles per hour, I'm fine.
Yeah, that's
Or
not a
am
bad
I?
shout. Another question. What do you think of the LNER CAF trains coming in 2027? Do you have any thoughts on this? Or shall I take this one? You're concentrating on stopping.
Go ahead, because I know nothing about it anyhow.
Okay. The CAF trains, I think they look quite good. Yeah, I think they look quite good. They're tri-modes. So they're battery and electric and
that's cool.
diesel.
I like that.
Which is quite cool. So that'll be exciting.
I like that.
And I think they're 10 carriages long as well, which is an upgrade because currently the longest LNER train is 9 carriages, which, you know, that extra capacity is always welcome. Also, because they're based off the Class 397, a bit of like they'll add more variety to the network as well. Because currently, like if you think about the Class 800s, they're everywhere, but at the Class 397 there is just the 397. So when we've got LNER versions of it, which I think is going to be the 897, don't quote me on that, but that would be exciting. But I do also think that operationally it might be a headache. Operationally, it makes more sense to have a fleet of trains that's all the same. So I personally think LNER should have ordered more Hitachi 800s because then all their trains would be the same.
Okay. So
just
sorry,
operationally.
are you saying that the bi-mode is a bit confusing?
No. I think the tri-mode's good, but you can get Hitachi tri-modes. It's just that because they're CAF trains rather than Hitachi trains, they're different. When it would be easier if they were all Hitachis.
You don't have that continuity, which is really important in the rail.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I think it'll be fine, but I just think it would be probably like simpler and better from an operational perspective if they all had the same. So that's why I'm, you know, I have some reservations in that regard. But on the whole, I think they'll still be good trains, and I look forward to riding one.
I've spoken yesterday to someone who works at TfL, who talked to us about the bus route changes.
Okay.
So I got to talk a bit about that and share my views.
Ooh.
So they've also spoken to Liz, but now this is the interesting thing is this is the interesting thing is that they've actually introduced the second refurbished train, which I had no idea about. So there are now 2 refurbished trains running.
Oh, what, on the
And so
central
my goal
line?
now, yeah.
Oh, interesting.
And I'm trying to organise for a depot visit. That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
A depot visit
That would be
to
good.
actually see them.
That would be
To
excellent.
actually see
yeah.
them being refurbished.
That would be, yeah.
I'm probably not allowed to say that. I probably shouldn't have said that. I probably shouldn't have, because it's unconfirmed. It's just an idea.
I won't tell. But that would be exciting.
Yeah, but what about the 20 people right now who are still avidly watching me driving through?
They'll be writing
Jubilee Line
to
Exchange.
TfL saying, "Oh, did you know that this this young upstart, this Riku person, has been leaking industry secrets?"
Oh, they know who I am. They've been sharing my documentary around within
that's good.
TfL, which is really good. And
That is good
makes
to
me
hear.
happy.
Yeah,
It makes me think, my work has paid off.
Yeah, I got a similar thing because a little while ago I made a video about a station in Manchester and the plans to rebuild it, and I got a message from someone recently saying that the team working on it at Network Rail had seen the video and thought it was a really good explainer, and I was like, yay! Because part of the purpose of that video was to raise publicity for it, because otherwise, if it's just a press release on the Network Rail website, you might not necessarily realize it's happening. But if you see it pop up in your YouTube recommendations, hopefully it spreads.
That is really cool, Michael.
Publicity,
I'm so glad for you.
That's good. What's happening in the chat? There's not been too many more questions.
If I interrupt you, it's because there's a short delay.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah. So in the chat, there's not been too many more questions. There's just been one question saying, does the LNER have 5-car IETs? It does. But I think a lot of the time they're joined to make 10 cars. Not always. As someone said underneath, it's for the Lincolns. Yeah. The other thing they do sometimes is if there's diversions, and this happened to me once. In fact, it happened to me last time I was going up to Northumberland. They were doing diversions, and what they do is they'll take a 5-car diesel and a 5-car electric and put them together, and then isn't that a cool
hybrid?
Yeah, exactly. But then on the unelectrified sections of the line,
Forget
diesel
about
train,
Class 801s. Forget about them.
The diesel train pulls the electric train along the unelectrified section. That happened to me when I went
to. That doesn't make sense, does it?
When I went to Newcastle last time, as I say, they couple a 5-car electric and a 5-car bi-mode, and the bi-mode pulls or sometimes pushes the electric one along, which is really weird.
I don't understand. Only one of them has to push at a time, right? Or is that a yellow?
Yeah. So they have the bi-mode one and they have the electric one, and on the electrified sections they just run it as an electric train. But it's only if there's diversions. So, for example, the East Coast Main Line was closed, so they were diverting all the trains via Sunderland. And as I say, on that, because that line isn't electrified, they just had the diesel one pushing the electric one. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Listen, there was literally a yellow thing, and I just ignored it. I slowed down, but I didn't realize how long it would take to actually. Anyways, we're going to be driving like this for a little bit.
How long do they get back then if the electric train would be at the front? The diesel train just pushes it. Like, you just have the two coupled together, and one way the diesel train pulls the electric and the other way it just pushes it. And, the driver can sit in the cab and the driver can sit in the cab and control it, the other one remotely. It's not like there's no power. They presumably is a way of transferring power between them, because like, you know, all the lights stay on in the electric one, for example. So I guess there's a wire that connects them and also allows the driver to drive from the other one. Yeah, it's clever stuff. If you ever
Well,
if you ever
cute,
go
isn't it?
on a diverted LNER train. In fact, a similar thing happened when I was going from York to London, and the southern section of the East Coast Main Line was closed, and all the trains were diverted via Cambridge, and that line also isn't electrified. Same thing happened. Which station
Nice.
is this?
Well,
Is this North
Michael,
Greenwich?
you've had
I want
more
to-
of a chance to be out and about on the railways while I'm confined to London. But I have started. It's really nice. I've had the chance to travel outside of London a lot, which makes me happy, because it's all the same around here. And you may say that's a little bit like you complaining because it's such a lovely city. Yeah, but I want to get out more. You know,
Yeah,
see
it's
more
just nice
railways.
to see some variety, isn't it? Because you get used to your local surroundings after a while, don't you?
What is this guy doing? Can you see?
I can.
He's saying,
What
"I
are you
am a fan."
doing? What are you doing?
Sorry, it's a bit loud right now. North Greenwich is which one? The one right? Is there one more to go? Also, why is that one going forwards? I don't get it. Oh, okay. It's a crossover. Are you okay?
Yeah, sorry, I was just distracted reading the chat. But yeah, I'm still here. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Which
No,
station is
no.
this? Is this North Greenwich?
This is
It
North
is,
Greenwich.
Yeah. Yeah, I was at North Greenwich fairly recently for the Silvertown Tunnel thing.
Yeah,
Because
North
obviously
Greenwich
it
is
goes
all right.
to Greenwich.
I've only
So-
been there a couple of times. You know I'm gonna tell. Can I tell you a really funny story?
Go on, we want to hear it.
One of the filming sessions with Godwin. Basically, we turned up to the. Do I have a red signal? I have a green signal. Okay, that's good. So basically, we turned up to the IFS Cloud cable car and started filming. Oh, brilliant!
You get a good view of it from the cable car.
Oh, that's good. Sure. Okay. So there's so many distractions. Oh my goodness. So basically, we got in front of the cable car, and I started taking shots. Right, and there's no problem with that, right? Because you're on a public footpath. You're on the pavement. You're allowed to film on the pavement.
Yeah.
The problem is once you actually enter private property. And this is the thing some people don't understand. People don't understand the law. So if you're filming a construction site, you are allowed to film.
Yeah.
As long as you're on the pavement. As long as you're not on the private property. That's the freedom of, what's it called? The freedom of the Human Rights Act, right?
Yeah.
Is freedom of expression. And under that category is filming. As long as it's, adhering to the law. Anyways, I went on to a bit of a ramble there. But what I was trying to say is that we actually entered the property and we were told immediately to basically stop filming. I said, well, we've come all this way. And at some point, they figured out for us that if we took off the tripod and just walked in, that they wouldn't mind if it was just a camera.
Yeah, I've heard someone say
And there
that
was,
as well.
and there was
at,
someone who
the
worked
Shell
there,
station.
who was a subscriber, who had seen the documentary, so they were
Oh, cool.
supportive. They actually suggested that we go, not them, another member of staff suggested that we go to the other peninsula, and that we would have to go and talk to security there. And I'm like, no, because security will just say no. Because I'm
Yeah.
cheeky. I'm very cheeky with my filming. But I don't stretch it too much,
Yeah.
But so what we did was we just took off we're out in the open. We just took off the tripod. We're not going back down anymore, I don't think.
I think this is the station that I technically devved on like years ago. Oh, is it this one or is it the next? No, it's the next one.
Oh God, we have a red again. Oh no, we don't.
It looks like this station's been redone since I worked on it. I'm pretty
Just
sure
kidding,
my
no.
escalator's been deleted. I can't lie.
Do you not want to see it though?
I want to see it. It's not this station anyway. It's the next station. But we'll have a look.
yeah, it is.
Because I can show you where it was, but I'm 90% certain it's not there anymore because it was rubbish. I was a rubbish dev. Applesville, if you're watching, like, thank you for the opportunity to let me work on your game, but I was truly awful as a dev, so I
missed
apologize.
I still can't believe you worked on it and you haven't actually played the game yet. That's insane.
Well, I played
Yeah.
it a little bit like years ago, like I say, when I was a dev on it, but I haven't played it recently, so it's changed a lot since I last played. As I say, it wasn't even called, what's it called now?
Okay.
DJMN Lines. It wasn't even called that. It was just called London Underground Simulator or something back when I was working on it.
Really?
I can't remember
So
exactly
has
what it
it?
was
Do you
called,
think it's
but
developed quite
but, like,
a lot
for-
since then?
for example, it had like the proper London Underground roundel, you know, back when I was first playing it, and they've since got rid of that for copyright. As an example.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, Tony
They
probably
do a
doesn't even remember.
diamond.
That's
All of the
true.
games do a diamond.
Like, I think I'm still friends with Tony on Discord, but other than that, like, yeah. So I'm not too worried about it.
What was that?
Right, I'm keeping an eye out because I'm
Did you
pretty
hear
sure
that?
it's this next station that I no, I didn't hear it. I've got my
Are we
game
approaching
muted.
now? we close?
I can see
Oh,
it
God, there's a
in the
yellow.
distance.
Yellow.
Oh no, that's just a bridge. Never mind.
Oh,
Yeah, I
God.
do
Oh,
remember
please,
working
please,
on this area
please,
because that you see
oh,
that bus depot off to the left. The bus depot
is it
west
to the
down
left?
there.
Oh, yeah, I've been there.
I
that looks terrible.
do remember that
sorry.
bus depot. I do remember the bus depot.
You-
I'm
please
not
hope-
sure that's changed.
I hope you haven't. I hope that wasn't you that drew it. Otherwise, I've just insulted you.
No, I didn't make the bus depot.
And you're
but,
just gonna you're just gonna go. Oh, yeah, I did actually. I like
No way, my escalator's still there.
we came
It's still
here.
there. That escalator, that's my escalator. It's still there.
Oh yeah.
No way. My contribution to the game is still there.
Mike, take a hike,
Wait.
Mike.
I'm going
Take
to
a hike,
get out
Mike.
and take a look at it. That's fantastic.
Michael,
Yeah,
take a hike, Mike.
I will. How
It's
do
the
I
first time I've
open the
actually been
door?
able to use this.
Open the
How
door.
do
Let
I
me
open
out.
the door?
Oh, okay. I've managed to glitch out. I'm going to go take a look at my escalator. I can't believe it's still in the game. There you
Wait,
go. So everyone
can't
who's
do
ever
anything.
played this game, the escalators at West Ham, there's still these are my escalators. The ones that go up from the platform to the overbridge. That was me. And you can tell because they're far too steep and they look ridiculous. Why am I so excited about an escalator? Because I made it. This was my contribution to the game as a dev. And it's still in the game. I thought for sure someone would have deleted it because it's truly atrocious. But right, okay. I'm gonna get back in the train now.
I'm so
Are you
glad.
still there?
I'm so glad.
Don't leave without me.
Wait, no, because I haven't opened the doors yet.
Oh, you haven't even opened the doors yet. Okay, fair play. Fair enough. Fair enough.
I haven't opened the doors yet. Now listen, my laptop's
Yes.
glitching. Is it moving?
I was going to say I'm getting a bit of lag at my end. I'm not sure if it's you or me, but I'm getting a bit of lag.
You're getting lag.
Oh no, what's causing the lag?
I'm so confused. I'm also getting lag.
Yeah, the chat, they haven't changed this station at all.
What's going on?
Exactly. Like I worked on this station literally years ago, and added those rubbish escalators in that I can't believe are still there. And yeah, they're still there apparently. They haven't changed West Ham
Apparently.
at all. Yeah, so that's why it's still there. Oh, I'm so happy that my only contribution to this game is still there. That's peak.
This is by far the most embarrassing stop I've ever made in my life.
Yeah, why is it not letting you open the doors? That's really weird. Anyway, I'm back in the train now. Turns out you don't need to open the doors. Turns out there's a hole in the roof that you can just jump through.
Really?
Oh, Walt
Because that
in the
would
chat
really solve it.
has said, I made the same
Oh,
terrible train that Riku is driving now, basically the same. Yeah, the trains haven't changed that much in this game either, to be fair, so that doesn't surprise me. Walt and I were both devs at the same time. So, hi, Walt, the duck guy. You'll remember who was sacrificing himself in front of the train earlier.
Oh my goodness, come on.
Why can't we open the doors? This is so bizarre.
The CSDE is not coming on.
People in the chat, do you have
Honestly,
any ideas?
the CSDE hasn't come on. Like, you can see what I'm trying to do, right?
Yeah.
I promise, I didn't even blink. The CSDE didn't come on. That's it. Well, off we go. Could not care less.
We just leave the station.
I had to write a formal apology on behalf of my company.
I'm so happy that
Right,
my
well,
escalators are still
how
there.
many stations left? Is it just one? Two? One.
Yeah. Wait, no, I have a feeling it's just one. Let me have a look at my
Oh,
map
wow,
again.
because I'm tired.
No, it is the next
Isn't it
station. Stratford is the final station. And after that,
And
we'll end
that's
the stream.
perfectly going to fit in the 2.5 hour mark.
Very nice.
So literally, the second I finish, I'm just going to end the stream. Sorry.
Well, thank you everyone in the chat for joining and sticking with us through this
30 seconds, come on.
weird
30
chaos.
seconds, come on.
Um,
Thank you. Yes, Michael, finish your speech. We have 20
Oh no,
seconds.
that's all I was going
Wait,
to say. Thank
get out
you
of the
those
way.
of you in the chat for joining the stream and for sticking with us for however long this has been. What, 2 hours, 2.5 hours, something like that.
2.5.
Too long, basically.
Too
So
long.
we'll end the stream once we get to Stratford. But thank you for watching.
Michael, you know we're going to be back to this again soon
We are, hopefully.
for the documentary live stream. Okay, station,
Yes.
station, slow. Oh, wait, no. Is that... Oh, dear. Oh, dear, there's a red signal. Oh, God,
dear.
no.
Oh,
please,
no. Oh, not again. Not
I'm
again.
actually going.
Ah, dearie me.
Right, well, my hopes of finishing this are gone. I'm so sorry. It's my fault. Shut it. Thank you. Is that Stratford? Thank goodness. What was that?
No, wait, have we derailed at the last second? Oh, wait, no, hold on. Go in third person. You can see we've smacked the back of another train. Oh, no. Okay, the other train's gone. It's been deleted. I think we can go now.
Oh, thank goodness. Did you see that? I handled that like a pro.
That was
I had no
very
idea.
well recovered.
Thank you. I appreciate it. What's that music?
Goodness.
Did you hear that?
I didn't know. As I say, I've got the game muted. I'm going to unmute it though now because we're
What's
getting
this
into the
going?
terminus. Oh, there's someone in the... Is this... Is there a way of changing the points? Is that like some
Yes, there
games
is.
that you manually switch the points? I think we might need to do that.
I think people are screaming at me in the chat to change the points.
Yeah.
Are
Least
they?
broken game mechanic. Yeah.
Help me. Somebody help me. I'm exhausted. Listen, can I just admit this is the first time
Did you
I've
change the
managed to make
points? It
it.
looks like we're going into the same platform again.
Help. Are we there?
What is happening?
Oh, this is making my eyes sore.
Average robots.
Can you
moment.
imagine a driver doing this in real life? That would never happen.
Yeah. See, this is
Okay,
why
now
we're
what-
YouTubers and not drivers. This is why.
What the hell did I do? Is there someone behind?
No, it's
Oh,
the
someone's just
DLR.
left.
We're good.
Is that a DLR?
Look at all the people in the cab. This is so
Did you just say that
chaotic.
was a DLR?
Yeah, there was a DLR on the other line
Please,
going over there.
please.
No, we're just going into the same platform again.
Can this guy leave or what? Come on. I just want to finish. You know, I've never managed to get to Stratford before.
Just full beans it. We can't. There's a train in the platform. We'll just have a head-on collision and we'll all die.
Will I die? No.
How do you change the? Someone's saying in the chat, press J.
Jay.
Oh, I am the guy, but it's red. Oh, okay.
No. Well, this. You know what? The situation just got a whole lot worse for us. Look at this.
Oh,
Look at.
what a mess.
Okay, let's see. Are we going to turn left? Are we going to turn right?
No,
Please,
because
please,
you can
please,
see
please,
the
please.
tracks are set to go to the right. Like, I think the physical, like, you'd see the tracks different.
How do we contact this guy? I'm going to have to walk out.
There is someone in the chat that said, I am the guy, but it's red. So,
What does that mean? The signal
Like-
is red.
oh, the tracks have changed. The tracks have changed. We can go. We can go. We can go. Go, 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 go,
We
go.
go.
Go forward. Go forward. I've just seen them change. I don't know what you did, but I think we can go now. Let's go, go, go.
What? Are they straight?
Yeah. Yes! We've done it. We can finally go into the platform now. Oh, wait. Oh, okay, no, the tracks changed again. I had a moment there where I thought the next set of points wasn't
Wait,
going
what?
to change for us. That's okay. Okay, I think that's it. I think that's it. We're in the station now.
Oi.
Oh, that was stressful.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Oh my goodness, that train looks like it was about to derail. Okay. We're finally in the station. Thanks for watching the stream. If you want more from me, then go on YouTube and search Michael C. Or you know what? I'll put it in the chat.
Don't want more from me because I'm exhausted.
There you go. That's my channel. And my news channel, which I plugged earlier, is another. I have two channels because I like to make my life difficult. So yeah, thanks for watching the stream, guys. Bye bye.
No, because we
Oh,
haven't
no.
managed to. I'm going to.
Okay, the stream's not over yet. I think I'm not gonna lie. I think everyone's left. If you're mad if you're still here.
No.
Oh, another 79p in from Electro Rail. Thank you, Electro Rail.
Thank you. If only 79p could fix this.
Yeah.
If only could pay issues like these resolved. Oh my god. What's going on now? It's just blocked.
I can
Oh,
just
that's
hear a lot of alarms going off.
Oh, that's why. I get it. I get it. All right. Thank you.
I'm gonna get out of the train and stand here so that you can.
Oh,
Oh no, you can't. You've got
goodness
that. I'm gonna stand here so that you can see me. Here.
Is there a red signal there or what? Because you know what, people can you just please just I physically can't move backwards. You know what? I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Get me out of here.
Least
Get me out of
broken game mechanic.
Get me out of here. Let me go play some piano. I'm going down. Can you see what I'm doing?
I can. Hold on, I'm chasing after you.
Did you know you could do that?
I didn't. Although I'm not surprised.
Do you want to have a go?
'cause
Have a go.
SCR has a similar feature. There you go. Let's see what my skills are like on the piano. Do 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 do
Oi,
do.
get out.
Do do do
Get
do.
out. Slice it.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do. The stream can't hear the audio, but I'm playing that song that goes do 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 do
You know, I'm going to have to delete this. I'm going to have to unlist the video for this. Can you please give us a chat?
Well, thanks for watching the stream, guys. I think this is probably a good time to end it, right?
Wait.
Oh,
What?
one more thing. One
Okay,
more thing.
we finish here.
Yeah. Okay.
2 hours and 40 minutes. I'm broken. Goodbye.
What a chaotic stream.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Wait, I'm gonna have to do the thing.
I'm gonna keep
Let me
waving.
do the thing. I need to do the thing. I need to do
What
the
thing
thing.
are you doing? I can't keep waving
thing.
forever.
Can I not play the?
Are you gonna spin the
remember?
camera?
Do you remember?
Oh, yeah, this.
Can I go a bit faster? Desperately turning the speed up. 50%. 60%.
Da 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 da.